Oh, my man, and Nate Ways in the building. We in this bitch. We in this bitch. Uh, man. Excuse me. Salute to my man in 8 ways, always getting it started. AKA Ricky Henderson, man. Getting the ball rolling, man. Salute to you, bro. Mm. Yeah, man. He said the Redskins. Listen, man. You know how many people call these motherfuckers the Commandos? When I was running errands today, two people said, you like the Commandos. I was like, no, one person, this lady said the Commodores. Yeah. One lady said the Commodores and this other guy said the Commandos. I'm like, man, I didn't even know what the fuck they was talking about because I still call them the Redskins. I was like, oh yeah. I was like, what the fuck are they talking about? I was like, oh shit, yeah. They always gonna be the Redskins to me, man. I call them the Commandos now, man. I guess, man, or the Commanders, whatever the fuck they are, Commodores, whatever the fuck they are. I can talk shit. We got Eric Bieniemy now, man. We got Eric Bieniemy, man. We going to the Super Bowl, man. We got Eric Bieniemy, man. We going to the Super Bowl. We got Eric Bieniemy, man. We going to the Super Bowl, man. Salute to everybody, man. Salute to everybody, man. Hopefully, we got a great show. Hey, man, let me say something, man. And let me say something, man, because I'm going to have to put some people on the poll, man. When y'all come up here, man, this is not the fucking improv, man. This ain't no place to test out your fucking jokes and shit, man. We have fun and a good time and everything. But some of you motherfuckers coming up here like fucking, hey, this the fucking Apollo or something, man. I don't know what the fuck is going on, man. I gotta put some old gliders on the pole, man. Let me do that right quick, man. I gotta put some old gliders on the pole, man. I gotta put some boomer gliders on the pole. This ain't the fucking improv, man. Um, I'm being nice because y'all senior citizens, man. Well, be nice because y'all senior citizens. I ain't I'm being nice, man. Salute to CA, man, Off Nation Hall of Famer, man. Sudman walks into a bar, gets put out of the bar for some kind of fucking antisocial behavior, comes back and shoots up the bar. Right? Ain't that how the story go? Mm. All right, man. All right, man. Shout out to Mr. Builder, man. I had to bring Mr. Builder back in this conversation, man. I, that's how bad it is, man. I had to bring Builder back into the conversation, man. We're gonna get started in a minute, man. Oh, salute to everybody, man. Salute to my man. Let me see. Salute to James Iovine, Jimmy Iovine, the, 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 the head honcho over at Interscope Records, man. Thanks, Ak. It had to be said. It's the Ak News Show, not story time from the panel. Nah, man, listen, man. I love the panel, man. The show would be nothing without the panel. But this ain't the fucking improv, man. Salute to the panel, man. Salute to the All Stars, man. Salute to all the All Stars, man. It ain't the fucking improv, man. Um, salute to my man Ardent. He say, "Hell to the risk." Yeah, man. Fucking commandos, man. The Commodores, whatever the fuck they call. Um, salute to my man Nate Ways. Say, salute Chief, my fave mofo. Yeah, man. Salute, man. Salute to you, man. Hats, man. Hats 11s. Salute to Hats 11. He says, I cut the glider some slack. They're just excited to be talking to a son, man, without a glizzy with a switch pointed at them. That may be true, man. That may be true, man. But you know what I'm saying? You know that may be true. There may be some truth to that, man. There may be some truth to that. Wow. But yeah, man, still though, man, like this ain't the fucking improv, man. I feel you, man. I gotta take that into consideration, man. Let me look at this poll, man. Oh God. Dog. Pause. Let me let me look at this poll, man. Okay, Wyoming man kicking your ass NYC glider, man. Shit, Mr. Builder's on your heels, Mr. NYC glider, man. Shit. Mr. Mr. Builder is on your heels. Wow, glider, man. That's not good, glider, man. Shit. Shit. Oh man. Damn. Salute to NYC Glider man though, man. He love his city, man. NYC Glider man love New York, man. New York is the center of the universe, man. everything, everything revolves around New York, man. Salute them, man. Salute to NYC Glider, man. I'll be in New York in a couple days, man. Salute to oh man. Let me drop the link, man. We gonna get into that story. And I got a couple stories I want to show y'all first, man. Let me drop the link, man. Though. Let me drop the link, man. Let me drop this damn link, man. Damn. Okay. Damn, Glider, man. All right, Glider, man. Don't let Builder catch you, Glider, man. Don't let Bill Builder catch you, NYC Glider, man. That's gonna be a bad look, man. That's gonna be a bad look, man. Don't don't let Builder catch you, man. God, dog. Yeah, man. Don't let Builder catch you, man. Don't do it, man. Let me see. Okay. Um, we up in this bitch. Let me see. Oh, right. Yeah, man. Damn, Builder still got love, man. Shout out to Builder, man. Builder still got love, man. Builder still got love, man. What's up? What's going on, man? How y'all doing, man?
Hey,
Ain't
hopefully
nothing,
we're
man.
still feeling all right about non-boomer gliders.
Oh nah, man. I got so many complaints, man. Man, you guys don't understand how many complaints I got about this, man. People are complaining. I had to address it, man.
I know,
Crack the whip.
kind of hard to not, because I don't want to cut you off. I try not to, but it's kind of hard sometimes, because you got to get in there. There's a lot of people on here sometimes.
No, it's not even cutting me off, man. It's like for 4 hours straight cutting me off. You know what I'm saying? Everybody gonna get cut off sometime, man. It's
Gotta
just
let
like
people
God
hear the
damn.
video.
Yeah, man. Like, like You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, if you at some point, man, you're up here for 4 hours, man. Some people 2 hours, some people depend. Like, you shouldn't have to feel the need to like talk over
Right.
the video, cut nobody off. I mean, you got plenty of time to get your point across, man. What's
Right.
up to Georgia Swan, man? She says, Happy Friday. Tell these long-winded gliders to join the Discord where they can tell us their life stories. Yeah, man. Join the unofficial Op Nation Discord, man. Rami, man. Rami, post that link, man. Unofficial Op Nation Discord, man. They
Are
be
you on
there.
that Discord, hot black?
Nah, I ain't been on there yet,
It's
man.
unofficial.
I tried to get on there one day and they asked me for like my social security number, a blood sample, and I was
Right.
like, "Oh shit, man!" Uh, but
Right.
I'm gonna try to sign back up again, man.
What about you,
Sometime.
hot black? You on there?
Yeah, I'm on there.
Okay, what is it? Would I be proud of it?
Oh yeah, I think so. I think
It's
you'll be
not as
proud of it.
popping as it could be, but it's getting there.
It's pretty good though. I mean, I think it's
Yeah,
pretty good.
What is the Discord? What do they do? I'm not familiar with what they do over there.
You pretty much post like they post news stories. They talk about it. Talk shit about it.
How do they talk about it? Chat?
Yeah, they just like like the chat here. Pretty much. It's not
Okay,
as
it's got
popping as the chat here though.
okay.
it has voice channels too. So if you want, you could get in and talk to other people.
Oh, it's voice channels too. Okay,
Oh, I
okay.
didn't
So
know.
yeah. Okay, I gotta check it out, man. I gotta get some time, man. I got so many fucking irons in the fire, man.
Man,
You know,
covering the news from Blackistan is a 24/7 job. You can't even sleep.
Oh, here he is, man. Here we go. We got NYC Glider, man. You okay, you pulling away from Builder a little bit, man. But
You got me in my feelings about this, man.
hey man, listen, man, the people have been complaining to me about you, man. I have to address you, man. You gotta pull you up on the carpet, man. You know what I'm saying? Like this is how we do it here. This is the nation, man. I
Yeah.
have to this is like a hearing, man. This is like a you being recalled, man.
you got a tighten strip.
Yeah, man. You get
This is like being called into HR, man. That's
nah, this this is like the Greeks back in
Yeah,
the day,
well,
man.
here if you get voted off, you get a tire around your neck.
Yeah, exactly.
The
This is like
council.
Socrates, man. Socrates when they called him when they brought him up and everybody voted, man. I ain't gonna kick y'all off. I ain't gonna kick you. This ain't like no kick nobody off, but I just want to address it, man. This is just an addressing of the situation before it gets any further. You know what I'm saying?
So you're not like Caesar act, like thumbs down. He's
Nah,
done.
not yet, not yet. We go. That's down the line. We right now we still cool, man. Let me get to some of these stories so we get to the main event. So
I mean, I saw that main story, man. And I just had to come on. I just said,
One man charged in connection with that shooting may soon.
Okay, man, you're doing it again, man. Take it easy, man.
One man charged in connection with that shooting may soon be back on the streets. This coming after a judge reduced his bond by thousands of dollars. WREG's Quimitra Wilborn breaks down what new discovery led to this new development.
In a surprising turn of events, the man accused of shooting 6 people at a Memphis nightclub has had his bond reduced from $800,000 to $25,000. His attorney says he believes this is a case of self-defense.
I'm going to set the bond at $25,000.
There was a sigh of relief from the family of 21-year-old Ladarius Marion at his bond hearing.
Damn, son, man, took that straight up with no. He ain't even jumped. I'd have been jumping for joy. I'd have been like the old Toyota commercial. What a feel. Some man just like, yeah, I knew it. Like they don't even be stressed in the courtroom, man. What a great country, man.
Ladarius Marion at his bond hearing after Judge Karen Massey reduced his bond.
From what I've seen, your client was not the instigator of anything.
He's charged in connection to the shooting at Live Entertainment Lounge that left 10 people injured and 1 dead. Marion is accused of shooting 6 of the victims, killing 1 of them. Memphis police say Marion was handed a gun from a gray Dodge Charger and opened fire on a Mercury Milan that was carrying 6 of the victims. However, his attorney, Leslie Ballin, says surveillance video shows a broader picture of what actually happened. He presented this video as proof.
This blue car right here.
Yes.
And that's the Mercury. And an individual is hanging out that window, clearly discharging a weapon. in the direction of the gentleman that is going back towards that charger.
Ballin says based on the newly found evidence, the initial bond of $800,000 was, quote, way out of line.
That's what I say, self-defense, defense of others.
Marion's stepmother was called to the stand and confirmed his cousin is among the 11 people who were shot. Prosecutors say 4 of the victims Marion is accused of shooting are still in the hospital, including Kevin Shaw. We spoke to Shaw's cousin outside the courtroom, who says he's still in the hospital due to a gunshot wound to the head.
That's wrong. They need to keep it up because justice. Right is right, wrong is wrong.
MPD is still looking for the third suspect responsible for shooting the other 5 victims. Reporting from 201 Poplar, Quimitra Wilborn.
You nailed it last night talking about how, self-defense is nonsense when he's shooting up the house the night before. I mean, people just don't get it.
Yeah, this is an ongoing battle back and forth.
Sun defense is what I kept calling it to myself.
Yeah, I mean, even if it just started there, it's like over bullshit. These people are not like, this is not fucking big issues. These are bullshit issues. They're shooting, like, people's lives have changed. You saw that girl who got hit by that car in St. Louis. Her life has changed forever. These people that got shot, they're fucked up. They're not just shot. We look at it like they survived, like it's all gravy. Those motherfuckers in there with shit bags, tubes all in their face.
I mean, 90% chance that you could have switched these guys and it wouldn't have, changed the story very much. They're probably both doing the same shit.
$150,000.
Oh, we did this. We did this one the other day.
They were just doing the news.
Hold on. Why is my I had some other videos. Why is my watch later list not updated, man? What the fuck? Why is my watch? Something's wrong where they're not updating my videos that I asked to be watched later, man. That's crazy. That's crazy, man. I don't know what the hell is going on. Unavailable videos are hidden. Why would they hide videos? Do I have too many saved? I don't know. But anyway, let me there was a store in Atlanta that I wanted to get to. Let me just go to the Atlanta station, man.
Wakanda.
Yeah, man. The Conda, man.
The Dark Heart.
Yeah.
Home of the Trap Museum, right? My respect.
Yeah, exactly, man.
My respects.
Yeah, pay your respects.
Exactly, man.
A DeKalb County man has a violent run-in with some suspected car thieves after he spots them driving his girlfriend's stolen car. He got into a shootout with the suspects.
It happened in a neighborhood.
I mean, just that right there. Okay, fine. He sees him. Say he shoots a fucking kid in a home a block away by accident.
Exactly.
$25,000 bond because he saw the guys with his. I mean, it's still got to be some responsibility for firing, discharging a weapon in public.
The whole self-defense thing is predicated on having like a justified conflict going on where, it's just, like you said, it's not built with this kind of shit in mind.
Yeah, and I get it. I get it if he a street guy and he sees his fucking girlfriend's car, somebody driving his girlfriend's car, and you know what I'm saying? I get it. That's how he handles things. But that's how they handle things, and the law can't. It's fuzzy because the law got to compensate for this because the law wasn't made with this in mind.
And I think it's important to keep in mind that say he saw the stolen car and they pointed a gun at him and he opens fire, he hits a kid. That's still unacceptable.
Exactly, man.
A DeKalb County man has a violent run-in with some suspected car thieves after he spots them driving his girlfriend's stolen car. He got into a shootout with the suspects.
It happened in a neighborhood off Panthersville Road in South DeKalb this morning. Fox 5's Deidre Dukes has the details.
The stolen Kia riddled with bullets after the victim spotted someone driving his girlfriend's stolen Kia in this quiet neighborhood.
Bang, bang, bang. So this quiet neighborhood, these people now may have bullets whizzing through their windows.
Hood.
Bang, 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 bang.
Sounds of a running gun battle. Shots rang out on Clifton Farm Drive at around 8 Friday morning.
I think I heard about maybe 6 shots let off in succession, like do, then a pause, and then like another shot or 2.
3 suspected car thieves opened fire on another vehicle. After that, driver saw them driving his girlfriend's red Kia. Alana Williams said the car was stolen out of her driveway earlier in the day.
My boyfriend called me. He was on the way to work, and he was like, "Hey, I see your car." And I was just like, they can't be that dumb. Like, no way. And came back up here. He said that they were shooting at him, so he shot back.
Residents stunned.
They can't be that dumb to drive a car that's stolen. That'd be like walking outside with a fucking pot on your head.
Yeah, man, Bonnet Tricia, she seems to think that, like, it's crazy how sisters, they birth these guys, they date these guys, and their understanding of the situation on the ground is just so fucking like naive and novel. It's almost like you guys, you boomer gliders. I think sisters got less of an understanding than you guys.
And they say running gun battle, they mean literally. They're probably actually running while they're shooting.
Yeah, this is bad, man. She doesn't understand. CA says the Container Store now carries Cracker Barrels, so you can easily control, sort, and organize your gliders for easy handling and efficiency. All right, I'm gonna try to check out the Container Store.
I shit you not. I heard a public defender once say that the Sunman couldn't have stolen the car because he doesn't have a license, so he can't drive. I shit you not. In the courtroom on the record.
In the day.
My boyfriend called me. He was on the way to work, and he was like, "Hey, I see your car." And I was just like, they can't be that dumb. Like, no way. And came back up here. He said that they were shooting at him, so he shot back.
Residents stunned something so violent could happen here.
This is a good neighborhood. I love all my neighbors. Everybody speak. We look out for one another. That's not what usually go on over here. It's a good neighborhood.
These people these days, they just ruthless. They really ruthless, and it just don't make no sense.
They are thankful no one was caught in the crossfire.
Well, these are the hours kids are going to school, people going to work. That's not something that typically we experience over here.
One of the suspects was grazed by a bullet. All 3 suspects taken into custody, charged with aggravated assault and auto theft. In South DeKalb, Deidre Dukes, Fox 5.
So all 3 of them are in custody,
and they're stunned that it can happen. I mean,
straight rootless.
Really?
Well, and then the cars are filled with bullet holes and nobody got hit.
Yeah.
In the Army for 200 years, Kia has meant killed in action. How fucking prophetic.
Yeah. Let's see. What this.
Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Keith Jones. We'll get to those tributes, of course, to the officer in just a minute. But first, the search for suspects in the Strawberry Mansion mass shooting. Gunfire erupted just before 6 o'clock, happened at 31st and Norris Streets, which is right near the James G. Blaine School. A mother and her 2-year-old were hit. The other victims are all teenagers. Minutes ago, police released surveillance pictures of 3 men wanted in.
Like, that's what it looks like, man. That's what it looks like. And most people don't even know this happened yesterday because it didn't get any national attention, this mass shooting. A mother and 5
happens every day.
A mother, 5 teens, and a 2-year-old shot near a school. Look at that. That's terrifying. That's 3 different gunmen, right?
Yeah, it was 3 of them.
3 bad guys, 1 good guy, so 4.
The driver got out. This is the driver right here. He got out to shoot. I've seen this on several videos now where the driver gets out and shoots.
And that's around Temple too, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not far from Temple.
And then look how they're shooting, like so recklessly. You know, like they don't really care if they hit their target. It almost seems like.
Well, that's clear from they didn't hit their target. They hit a bunch of little kids.
In connection with the shooting, all of them wearing black, all of them armed. Police are also looking for the gray Hyundai Elantra in the pictures. NBC 10's Leah Uko is live outside Children's Hospital of Philadelphia. Leah, what are you hearing tonight? And also, any word on those kids?
Keith, we know 2 of these 7 victims are here at Children's Hospital. And as of tonight, police say it's too early to tell, but they are looking into the determination if this shooting was done out of retaliation.
All this needs to stop.
So far, it hasn't. Multiple shootings have happened this week in Philadelphia. 2 of them ended with teenagers in the hospital. All of this happening while people mourn the death of a local officer who was also gunned down 5 days ago. More than 30 shell casings here at 31st and Norris Streets in Strawberry Mansion. Philadelphia police say 7 people were shot just before 6 this evening. 5 of the victims are teens, ages ranging from 13 to 17.
I saw one of the kids that was shot. He just wanted to get to his parents. And I just was like, it's an ambulance right here. Get in the ambulance.
The 2 other victims, a 31-year-old woman and her 2-year-old child.
All these individuals were standing behind us on the corner. There were some people inside of a vehicle. There were some people on the sidewalk when the shooters approached. We don't believe that all of the victims at this point were intended targets.
Commissioner Danielle Outlaw says this area of the 22nd District is relatively quiet, but also noted that recently the department assigned more officers to several districts, including this one, where they've seen crime spike over the last 3 years. She says they'll continue to enforce the law and called on adults to do the same.
Our shooters are getting younger and younger. Our victims are getting younger and younger, and they have guns. If you know that this young person has a gun, of course it's illegal, in your home, you can report that. You can do that anonymously. You can call 911, whatever it is. But we have to get the guns out of the hands of these young people.
Officers cleared most of the scene in 2 hours. This neighborhood seemingly calm, but fear and frustration is still here.
It frightens me to even want to step out and speak. Whoever has the money to get out of the community, you know, that we live in, because they trying to get us out of here anyway. Just go somewhere else.
Heard that? Gliders, man. We coming to a city near you, gliders.
What gets me is they have so many shootings they can't even move around enough evidence markers. This time they just drew circles around them in chalk.
Yeah, those evidence markers are pretty expensive. I looked it up, like for like a pack of like 100, it's like I think like $57 or something like that.
Yo, Philly's going through it between the Super Bowl and the Sun, man. Shit.
Yeah, man, it's rough, man. It's rough in Philly. Man. This guy, man, how many guys looking forward to a bunch of these guys rolling up in your neighborhood, man, moving up in your neighborhood, man.
Right. All I heard him was saying, go to Wyoming.
Yeah, he's like, man, he's getting up out of there, man. He's not even saying, you know, he's telling other people, if you got some money, get the fuck out of here. And I trust
it's
this
too cold
guy,
here
man.
to protest.
I trust this guy though, man. I mean, this guy looks very, very believable, man. I'm sure. I bet he knows a lot more than what we know about the situation on the ground, man. He's saying, if you got some money, get the fuck out of here.
And I can't take that mixed up police chief seriously.
Yeah, man. She's out here doing her best, man, with the job that y'all have given her, man. Y'all thrust this upon her, man. There's no other time.
No, she begged for it. She moved in from other places. Didn't she come from Louisville or something?
No, she's from Portland. She's from Portland. From Portland, yeah. I don't know why my videos are not. I'm trying to maybe I gotta fucking erase some. Let me see if that works. 'Cause then, let me see something.
Is it sorting them oldest to newest or newest to oldest?
Oh, I had to erase some. I think I had too many. Okay. That's what I gotta do. All right, I gotta erase some of these. All right, I do that some other time. But yeah. All right, let's get to the main event, man. We're getting to the main event early tonight, man, since I couldn't save my video.
Yo, this son has a bone crusher. He showed that old lady.
Florida team. Now I'm gonna leave it right here because I'm not gonna show this whole thing, man. This is so brutal. This guy's 6'6", 250 pounds. She took his Switch, his Nintendo Switch.
She's not any more than 120 pounds.
Yeah, she took his Nintendo Switch, man, and man, she paid for it, man. She paid for it.
She's knocked out after the first blow.
Yeah, I can't even show you that shit. That's how bad it is, man. I can't.
Let me say this.
Yeah, that's absolutely.
At least he was only pummeling her body and not her head for most of it.
Yeah, for most of it, he hit her with like maybe 10 or 15 body blows. But I want to get back to that because I want to show you some still screens. I just can't show you the whole thing because YouTube. And plus you got to give that lady some dignity. I believe in giving people dignity because just watching her getting beat like that, there's nothing we can gain from that unless it's on Rumble. Unless we watching that on Rumble.
Yeah, that's absolutely the
I
case.
think there's a lot to
This
be
is a
gained from that.
17-year-old we're talking about who's about 6'6" and about 270 pounds. And
My bad, I said 250.
deputies say that when the teacher's aide took away his Nintendo Switch, he literally set her.
Now, here's my thing. Isn't this school? Why is he playing this in class?
Dude, these kids bring devices everywhere, man. You know how often I go to like restaurants and shit, and like families are supposed to be eating, and the kids on a phone playing, not eating dinner. It's crazy.
Yeah. No, I feel you. I feel you on that. I definitely feel you on that. That's that. I definitely see that, but like, I mean, come on, man. And we're supposed to believe this is the first time, right? So the first time he pulled out his Nintendo Switch at 6'6", 270, this little white lady went over there and said, "Give me that," right? The first time. No, this was a repeated. This was the final straw, which she took.
Probably told him 10 times, put it away, don't take it out in class before finally confiscating it.
They say that when the teacher's aide took away his Nintendo Switch, he literally sent her flying through the air.
Go ahead, go with Deputy King. Look at me. You gonna be cool with Deputy King and I?
I don't want to go to jail.
Flagler deputies slapping the.
He doesn't want to go to jail. In mods, if you can post this in the link, because I'm not gonna play it. I want people to see, and y'all can just go to Twitter and watch it. Type in Nintendo Switch, and it'll pop up, or student beats teacher. The fact that this kid doesn't want to go to jail for what he did just shows you we living in a different era. Because, dude, you go to jail for that. That's what jail is for. Like when they invented jail, they had the guy who does that in mind. And he says he doesn't want to go to jail.
I don't want to go to jail.
Flagler deputies slapping the handcuffs on the teenager. Because of his age, we're not showing his face or sharing his name. He's charged with knocking a teacher's aide unconscious after deputies say she took away his Nintendo Switch video game.
Telling him that he couldn't do it. She left.
Look how they frame it. He's charged with knocking her unconscious. That was literally the first thing he did in a 30. Like, after he knocked her unconscious, he hit her another fucking 30, 40 times.
He mauled her.
You saw it, Reese?
Yeah, I saw that shit.
Yeah, it was like a bear. It was pretty.
Not for nothing, he don't sound that bright either.
Salty
You know what I
showed
mean?
that earlier.
Hey, but
He might
wait,
be
but
special.
did you guys see the other son, man? What he did? Did
What
you
other
see it?
son?
Ike?
No,
There
what you
was a
talking?
son, man, at the top left of the video. When he saw what was going on, he
Oh, he
like
just walked. Yeah, he just walked by like nothing was happening.
he looked no. He looked terrified, scared as fuck.
Yeah.
And I don't want to go to jail.
Flagler deputies slapping the handcuffs on the teenager because of his age were not showing his face or sharing his name. He's charged with knocking a teacher's aide unconscious after deputies say she took away his Nintendo Switch video game.
Telling him that he couldn't do it. She left the classroom. He chased after her into the hallway and then very violently pushed her to the ground so hard that it completely knocked her
Punched her in
unconscious.
the face.
The sheriff's office report states that his push made her go flying before she hit the floor, and that's when the beating started.
So they're trying to make it seem like he pushed her. No, he cold cocked her.
He did a roundhouse punch right to her face.
And you can watch this. I'm not going to play it, but I'm going to show you some stills of it that are disturbing. But I'm not going to play it. So, because it's I don't like seeing women get. I'm old fashioned, man. I don't like seeing, like, I could watch those knockout game videos when they knock the women out playing the knockout game because that's just one punch. It's hard for me to watch them when they just beating like savaging women like that. I'm old school, man. That shit don't. I don't like that.
Like
shit.
the guy that went after the Asian woman and hit her 200 times in the laundromat.
He talking about no, that was in her foyer at her apartment. That was in New York. And this dude, this dude was probably 350. This dude was probably 6'2", 350. I mean, this dude had shoulders like he looked like Albert Hainsworth, man. This dude he hit that woman, man. He hit that woman so many times, man. I mean, how he wasn't tired, I don't know.
The sheriff's office report states that his push made her go flying before she hit the floor, and that's when the beating started.
And then started kicking this teacher and punching her throughout her body, face, chest, very, very violently.
The report states he beat her about 15 times before Good Samaritans came to her rescue.
Stand up for me.
And that's not what happened. The Good Samaritans came to his rescue. They did not come to her rescue. Watch, I'm gonna show you this thing.
Stand up for me.
That's when SRO deputies got there.
Fortunately, other students and other faculty members, administrators came and intervened.
Deputies say as they walked the teen past his unconscious victim, he spat at her and threatened to come back and kill her.
Damn!
I'll kill you, bitch, for that Nintendo Switch.
Okay. He spat on. They walked. She was still unconscious. Like, think about how much later this is. She's still unconscious, laying on the ground, and he spits on her, spits at her, and threatens her in front of the cops.
If he's in the special club on the short bus too, I worked at a place that had some of them people, and my God, the strength that some of those special people have.
This kid's not special. This kid is not. This kid is just a regular kid. He's just struggling.
Well, he can't be, man. He's 6'6", 300 pounds. What is he like on his 25 and going?
Did you have a basketball team at your school, man? Or football team? What are you talking about, man? Plenty of kids 6. What are you talking about?
I hear Liberia is lovely at this time of year.
Dude.
It's 2022. Listen, these kids big as shit, man.
Dude, the offensive line at some of these schools, he's the offensive lineman on the football team or defensive tackle. You know they have athletics he's shot put on the track team or I don't know. There's big kids in school, man. The center on my team in high school was 6'7". He wasn't this big, but he was 6'7".
Right, yeah. We had some, I was one of the taller people, but
you don't have to be.
And there's kids nowadays are huge.
You don't
But
have
this
to.
kid sounds like he's big and dumb.
Yeah, he struggles. He's on an independent learning program, so he struggles in class. But you got to be careful about giving him a fucking diagnosis that is not
Well, that's
there.
what they're going to do. Is they're going to say he doesn't understand what he did.
No, this kid understood exactly what he did. Don't give this kid don't give him something that he didn't that they didn't say. Like if he was fucking retarded, they would have told us that.
He's no dumber than any other son kid.
Damn.
Ouch.
Tell us how you really feel.
Damn.
Other students and other faculty members, administrators came and intervened.
Deputies say as they walked the teen past his unconscious victim, he spat at her and threatened to come back and kill her. Parents say they're shocked.
It's really sad that that something like that had to happen at the school.
A lot of kids don't know how to express themselves anymore. They don't speak to each other. They don't speak to anyone else.
He expressed himself all over her face.
Look at the glider with me, man. So this shows you kind of like what's at this school. So he's at a school with a bunch of white people acting like King Kong going through Tokyo and shit.
These women need to be protected from themselves.
This is damn. Builder caught you, NYC glider, man. Damn, man. Builder caught you, man. That's just not good. We ain't gonna punish you for it this time, though, glider, man. But damn.
Had to happen at the school.
A lot of kids don't know how to express themselves anymore. They don't speak to each other. They don't speak to anyone else.
The student's been charged with felony aggravated battery and turned over to the department.
Aggravated battery. That was attempted murder.
Yeah.
That was attempted murder, especially when you count the fact that he spit at her and threatened her after the cops put him in handcuffs.
Also, when you account for he's 3 times her size.
Literally.
Yeah, it's just
Looks like Donkey Kong and Princess Peach.
Yeah,
If he knew what he was doing, he could have killed her for real.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
By the way,
that's a pile of testosterone.
If he wasn't so angry, if he would have been like gone over there and just snapped her neck, because he had enough time. He could have gouged her eyes out. He could have snapped her neck. He could have done a lot of he could have bit her face off, because the people were not. No, sir, those people were taking their time, man. They took their time getting over there, man. This was not no urgent thing, man.
Well, they were probably hoping he'd get fucking tired.
He gave her a Hollywood kick to the midsection. If that would have hit her face, she was out of there.
Hey,
Facts.
Ock.
Yeah.
Bill's got to watch out. Generic glider actually passed him up before it tied back up again.
Oh wow.
Oh shit, I'm dead.
See, this
I'll be
this
good.
woman right here. She's just tripping, man. She thought, and this is what a lot of the liberals online are saying. She stole his switch. They're saying the liberal white women online saying she shouldn't have stole his switch.
What?
But yes, I'm gonna show you the comments. I'm gonna show you the
Debo
comments.
shouldn't be playing his game in school. How about that?
I'm gonna show you the comments a little bit later. They're online saying that he stole her switch. Look at her. Look at that.
If that would have landed, oh my God.
This did land. They're calling this a push. They're calling
that
this
didn't-
the push.
It didn't land flush. It hit the arm, the inside of his arm.
Yeah,
You know, the sucker punch, the roundhouse don't land right.
Yeah.
If he would have landed that, she would have had broken everything.
Now look at this. He's
This is
on the
nuts.
ground beating her. She's out. Like she's not moving. Her hair's over her head. She's not moving.
She looks
This
like a
guy
corpse
right
right
here.
now.
He would have killed her. He would have killed her if they didn't stop.
This guy right here, he's like, people are calling him a coward online. Listen, man.
And looking at that floor,
It takes toxic masculinity to pull him off and deal with him.
The only reason she's not dead is because there's a little bit of cushion to that floor. It's one of those like those thick mats, right?
Look at this glider right here. She's got his arm on her shoulder. This other glider, they're not pulling him. He's still kicking her.
They're begging.
Yeah, please stop.
They were rubbing his back.
Well, they can't pull him anywhere. Well, they didn't want him to pull something.
No, but look
You
at the summon on the top left, though. Look at that whole grown man, scared. Get in there,
Gay, look at him.
Scared.
Yeah, he's scared all those gliders are about to do something to that poor son man.
You should have. I watched the video. I'm telling you. Look at that brother on the top left. Terrified.
Yeah. Look at her clutching her pearls. She's just like, oh, God.
Well, she probably thought that lady she just witnessed a murder.
She's the biggest one there. She should have took him on.
Yeah, definitely, man.
They could have
gave him a nice
wrestling.
shoulder block, something to get him off balance.
Yeah. This scene right here though. This was sad, man. I mean, like he mauled that woman and look, they're trying to calm him down. They're literally like trying to like, oh, it's all right, it's okay, Timmy, it's all right. No, it's not okay, man. Somebody need to tase his ass. He's still kicking her. They pulled him off. He's still kicking her.
At least at the zoo, they got tranquilizer guns.
This nigga knows that she is unresponsive and still hitting her.
Yeah.
Oh, she's flat.
She's lit,
There's
dog.
nothing.
She's a noodle right now.
Yeah, she's not even twitching. She's flat.
That Joe Pesci stomp from a guy that big to a prone person, if he would have hit her, he could have snapped her neck. You know what I'm saying?
Her hair,
that's why I say it would have crushed her face.
Yeah, her
It
hair
just would've
completely
folded
covered her
like
head. That's a clear sign of a white woman knocked out. When you see the hair completely covering the face.
Yeah, because they would move their hair back. They would move their hair away if they were conscious.
That's a telltale sign, Reese.
Yeah,
Telltale
man.
sign. I've seen
He's
hundreds of these videos.
Seen a lot, yeah. I mean, haven't we all?
Yeah, this is a very common occurrence in America, man. Very, very common occurrence. This happens all the time. Let me get to some of these comments on Twitter, man. These people are. Golly, man. She stole his Twitch. It's just crazy, man.
You're not supposed to have them in school anyway, right?
No.
Those game things.
I mean, you're not supposed to have, even if you can have it in the school, you're not supposed to be playing it during class.
Right, yeah, they would take our shit too. Like we had Rubik's Cubes, and if you were fucking around with that, they'd snag it. Give it
Well,
back
I
to you
think-
at the end of the day or end of the class, whatever.
I think that Glider Queen learned a big lesson today. A huge
What's
lesson,
that?
an important lesson.
What's that?
She's never gonna ask to borrow a
Yeah.
fucking computer again.
If she sees one of these young kids with their the Switch, let them be.
Oh,
Who gives
yeah,
a fuck
definitely.
anyway, right? Who gives a fuck?
I definitely agree with that, but I'm just saying, like, I totally agree with that. You don't fuck with you don't fuck with him, period. Like if you just if he's in class and he's got his head down and he's not disrupting class,
take it as a win.
If you must call security like low key and let them deal with it. That's what they get paid for anyway, right?
Well, from a security standpoint, how the fuck are you supposed to control a 6'6", 300-pound kid without hurting him or her hurting you?
You don't. You do it
Shotgun
with
slow.
force, and then the sisters burn your house down.
Exactly.
They say, you be treating our kids like adults for no reason.
Exactly. How black gets it?
yeah, they teach it. They view our kids as older. Like they'll quote some damn study they
Yeah,
did.
for no
where-
reason, right?
Yeah,
There's no
but-
reason why they would look at it that way.
Yo, did they ever say she had any injuries or anything?
Yeah,
Oh
I think
my
she had
God.
injuries, man. She's probably still unconscious.
If he got aggravated charges, she's definitely got her pretty good.
Yeah, Green Lord says if she ever wakes up, I'm sure she'll apologize. Yeah, I
Who
mean,
said that?
this
Oh,
person, this person said the victim stops thief who stole his Nintendo Switch. Woo!
That kid should have been tied to a plow 4 years ago.
Young Allah.
But it's a lot of white women online saying that shit though, and they're serious. Like these white women on here,
They're useful idiots.
I hope her face didn't hurt his hand. That would be a tragedy.
She'd probably be charged.
Right, theft.
Right,
his
beating
hand.
up my minor. And by minor, I mean he could mine the inside of a mountain.
I think Philadelphia is going to break its all-time murder record this year.
Oh, really?
Again?
It's on pace.
Man, be safe out there, Reese.
Yeah.
Careful, brother.
Yeah, Philadelphia is trying to rival Chicago with 1/3 the population.
Hey, listen, I got a first step like Barry Sanders, dog. My first step
That's
is
good,
official.
but your opponent is traveling 2,800 feet per second.
And how fast do bullets travel?
Look at this. Look at this.
2,800 feet per second.
Hey, hold on. You gotta take it easy, Bill, man. Take it easy, man. We got like fucking 50 people on here, man. Take it easy, man. Look at this. Look at this. This right here. This is what they were thinking when they were fucking storming Normandy. That one day they would be fucking for the right for this son, man, to fucking maul this white lady like this.
Damn. Damn.
Those white men that stormed Normandy. Anybody see Saving Private Ryan?
Yeah.
That first scene is so fucking
Right.
real.
Well, he
man.
catches one in the noggin, right?
Yeah, they lower that thing and they rush storm that. Yeah, man, they did that so that this guy could fucking beat the shit out of him.
Thank you for your service.
Thank you for your service, man. Thank you for your service. Wow.
Prince, you know, the artist formerly known as Prince, he said the chemtrails caused all this.
Oh yeah, Prince, man. Chemtrails, you know, that's just the fucking exhaust coming out of a plane. You know that, right?
It does leave a long line across the sky for about 30 minutes, though.
But
Yeah,
Reese,
but
how explain to me how chemtrails caused this?
No, that's what Prince said. And then they got his ass up out of here. He died right after that.
There is such a thing as called seeding. They seed the clouds to make rain.
So
And
I
DARPA
can
has been
I can
manipulating
think
weather.
the Tiger kids are gonna start knocking people out too, right?
No, it only works on
Yeah, that's Illuminati targeting of sun people, you know, to make them appear
The
more
fumes got
violent or
chicken in
something.
them. The fumes got fried chicken in them.
Yeah, exactly. The chemtrails only work on black kids.
Right. It targets melanin.
Exactly. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? And you know, like I heard that they're poisoning the air, and I'm like, why would they poison the air that they breathe? You know, it's only one air, right? It's not like individual air. There's one air.
Yeah.
They kamikaze with it though.
There's no black air, but that's coming soon, though.
Yeah, right. Like, damn, man, these people are crazy, man. But yeah, the teacher's getting a lot of pushback because the people are saying she shouldn't have taken his Nintendo Switch.
I mean, are we
That's
surprised
astounding.
at that response from some people? I'm not.
She shouldn't have worn that dress.
Damn, he's stepping into that shit.
Yeah, he's beating the shit out of her.
That's like the same as that's like the same as She shouldn't have worn that dress.
Exactly. It's very similar to that. And then here's the thing too: when you're a teacher, you have to like lay down the laws, because if you got a class full of like, even if they're not even son kids, let's just say they're just regular kids, and they see him being allowed to play his Nintendo Switch, it's going to erode the behavior of all the students. Because they're like, yo, the fuck, this guy's over here playing Nintendo Switch. Well, let me pull out my cell phone. And then if you say something to me about my fucking cell phone, you look crazy because the guy's over here playing his Nintendo Switch all class.
That's
You know what
true.
I'm saying?
That's true.
So he puts the teacher in a precarious position if she wants to keep law and order in her
Call
classroom.
security. That's what I think it's called security.
Hey, Ak, you want to hear something funny? So all the Sun teens, they get on the back of the bus after high school, right? When the school lets out,
Mm-hmm.
and they're always the first ones to get on the bus. And then you see the Asian kids come on, and all the seats are taken, but they're terrified to come to the back of the bus.
Oh yeah.
So the Asian kids are all tightly packed up in the front of the fucking
Oh yeah.
bus.
An Asian kid on a bus in Philly, that is just
Every day.
oh my god, I don't understand why Asian kids go to do they go to public schools in Philly or private schools?
All of them. It's Asian kids in all the schools.
I just don't.
And they stick together like an army. You hear me? You ain't gonna see no straggling Asian kid walking by himself. It won't happen.
No, you can't. You can't be a straggler, man. I mean,
well, when you have sun hunters everywhere, you have to really, work with the pack mentality.
Yeah, definitely, man. And then it's still not enough.
I don't know why they're so scared. Nothing wrong with a little brain trauma.
Yeah, man. I mean, study hall. They those Asian kids are doing they doing I forgot what they call it, but they form their own study halls.
Like self-initiated?
Yeah, they don't have to be like forced to do study hall. They're
called study groups.
Yeah, they do their own shit.
Listen, when you get on a bus and you see weed smoke in the back and a goddamn Bluetooth speaker the same size as a book bag with trap music on it and niggas dancing and all that, and chicks twerking, you're not going back there.
I'm getting the fuck off the bus.
I don't go back there. I sit in the front with the old people.
With the Asians?
Past them. I'm old. I sit in the seats that are reserved for me. The elders and the handicapped.
Well, that's pretty much how most public transportation in this country is. At least every third or fourth car or bus. I think you're muted, Doc.
Don't forget to hit the Cash App, the PayPal, $5 challenge.
Yeah, this shit says teachers are bullies too. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's what I've seen. A lot of these, man. A lot of these fucking comments, man. You'd be shocked, man. People are taking his side, like seriously.
That's a white dude too, Gilbert Gravy.
Yeah, Giblet Gravy. Yeah, he's it's probably a white. Most of them are white. Most of the ones where you can see their face are white people saying this shit.
That's crazy. Nothing excuses this act unless she said the N-word. Then whatever.
Not even.
She said the N-word. He could kill her. Yeah. I mean, seriously.
Well, she ain't out of the hospital yet.
Yeah. Shit, man.
She's gonna have fucking CTE now.
I want to know her injuries. I'm dead serious. That chick is hurt. There's no way she's not.
Oh man, yo, that woman is probably still unconscious. I mean, they're not telling us her injuries because she's white. If she was black and this was a white kid, the fucking Don Lemon would be at her bedside right now.
She was knocked out in the air, dog. She didn't even break her own fall.
Kamala would have visited. They'd have sent Kamala.
Right. Joe Biden would have gave a fucking tweet about
it. They would have sent Kamala over to the hospital to fucking.
Hey, rubbing her corns.
Hey, what's worse, right? What's worse, this one or the 6-year-old that shot his teacher, the glider teacher?
Both of them were unremorseful. That's crazy because the little 6-year-old kid had no remorse.
He said he was gonna shoot her too. I'll shoot you, bitch.
Damn.
This is just bad, man. Both are bad, man. I don't know. Both are bad. The 6-year-old's a little bit worse because he's 6, probably.
You remember that video of the 6-year-old attacking the cop that I think was on Gen Z's channel? That's
Oh, with
probably
the
what he was
diaper?
like.
With the
Yeah.
diapers, yeah.
Fuck you.
That was rough. He's gonna be someone, somebody someday, right?
Oh yeah, he's gonna be
It'd
somebody's
probably be
husband.
Bad news.
activist.
Somebody's baby daddy. It's gonna be rough, man. Oh man. This guy says, if we're in this supposed post-racial America, then why not just report a student attacks his teacher after she took away his Nintendo Switch? I bet he would have done that to a black teacher as well. The fact their races were pointed out shows we're not in a post-racial era. This glider is complaining that they mentioned this race. Oh, is this a sun glider? This is a sun. It looks like a sun glider. They're complaining that they mentioned the black dude's race, man. I tell you, man. Man.
My mix card is on the table right now.
Yeah, man. You sun gliders, man. It's not looking good, man. Not having a good day, man. Hey, listen, man. Not for nothing, man. If I would have seen this, man, I don't know if I would have helped her. Because
Really?
no, listen. Let me just explain it to you. In these schools, that white woman, me being me, right? Say I'm in the school and I'm me as you know me. That white woman would be calling me a coon because you know white people call you a coon now since 2020, or she would be telling me like she would be teamed up with all the other black people who didn't like me because of my views. And if I saw this happen to her, I would feel kind of like that's what you get. And then I would be thinking, well, damn, that's a big son of a bitch. What if I help her and I get hurt? And I get hurt over this fucking woke fucking glider queen that is probably going to apologize when she wakes up.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'd be thinking about all that stuff and I'd be like, damn, do I really want to help this woman? But if I
Hey,
didn't know her, what?
My dashiki homies don't like you.
Yeah, I know they don't. I bet they
They
don't.
don't.
They told you that or what, Reese?
My homie want to debate Ak.
Oh Lord.
Tell them, come on. I want to see that.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
need more like that.
By debate, they mean yell and scream and
Probably,
gotta-
yeah, cut you
You gotta
off and
do
all that.
one-on-one with Ak. Like, there's no other way that this shit could work. Nobody else can be cutting in because it
Exactly.
just escalates too quickly.
Right. It just
ad
loses.
hominem attack. They talk when the black person says debate, they mean talk about your appearance.
They only have one talking point. They say the same thing over and over again. They say everybody wants to talk about what black people doing, but nobody wants to talk about how they got this way. That's the same. That's the
Yeah,
same excuse
exactly.
I've been hearing for the last 50 years.
Right. Forever. Hey, Reese, how do they feel about you being on here with Agdo?
Huh?
How do they feel about you fucking with Ag?
I'm a grown ass man. I do what the fuck I want to do.
But they don't tell you like you wrong or anything like that?
No, we debate and stuff, but they know I don't give a fuck about that shit they talking.
Hats
They know I'm off
11
that woke shit. My niggas that wear my conscious homies know that I'm off that shit.
Yeah. And are you seeing them slowly get off, or you just not seeing no improvement with them? They just too far gone.
Look, these niggas couldn't hide it if they tried. They both live in North Philly. So, they call me with stories about bullshit they go through with niggas and women and traffic and everything. So,
Yeah. Hats 11 says after that video, we might have to start calling Sunmen Nintendos. I don't know, man. I don't know, man.
Somebody get a switch.
Hey,
Savage says, go ahead.
Can you make my screen real big for just a second?
Hold on,
I want
man.
to show you guys how cold it is outside.
All right, hold on one second.
All right.
Savage says discriminating against the revolutionaries in any way will become a crime. After they absorb all nations, nobody will look different from other people. There will be no white girl hair to pull out.
Oh man.
Sorry, Savrix, but that it doesn't work like that, man. It's always gonna be blackity black people and white people. It's called fucking Sudan. What you gonna do about the Sudan? What you gonna do about Senegal? How you gonna get rid of all the dark skinned people? How you gonna get rid of all the white people in fucking Romania and fucking Kiev and fucking goddamn? Like it's never gonna be. Everybody's never gonna be beige one day. There ain't enough fucking in the whole world to make that happen. I can't make you scream any bigger than that, Bill.
All right, hang on just a second. Let me see if that works. Oh, I need another 20 seconds. We're going to do some.
Somebody sent me a
Bob the
picture of some
Science Guy.
snow in California.
There you go, Ark.
There you go. Go ahead.
He looked like he cold as hell.
That's perfect. Hang on. Give me another 10 seconds. I got to get the water boiling.
Or you gonna do that hot water shit where you toss it and it evaporates? That's cool.
Yeah, it turns into a cloud.
Shit.
Man, you ain't got to worry about the sun man coming out there, man.
Hell no.
I mean, they are in Alaska.
Yeah, I saw a
Here we
video
go.
about
Here we
sun
go.
kings in Alaska.
All right. Back in the shop. Out in the yard. You ready?
Hold up, it froze.
What?
Don't do it yet.
Well, I guess it is that cold.
All right, back to what we scheduled for.
Damn. Now that's cold.
Yeah.
as a
So
motherfucker.
cold the camera froze.
Yeah, we
Oh,
tried. We tried, man, Bill. It's cold, man. It's cold,
Hey,
man.
Bill, can you get a tripod or something? You give me vertigo with your camera.
We get it, man. It's cold, man.
Well, I got to go through 3 doors, 2 doors to get outside.
It's cold, man.
Yeah, it's 35 below right now.
Shit.
Yeah. Shit. That is fucking scary. That's scary. It's what 20 degrees here where I'm at. And I wouldn't go outside for nothing, man. Go ahead, give me another city, man. Let's see what's going on in this great country, man. Great country of ours.
Pick a
man.
city, any city.
Yeah, any city,
you
man.
pick.
That fucking woman, goddamn. Rest, golly, man. That woman. Woo.
Yeah.
He said, and Mary M says, I'm really glad that the police saw him spit on her and heard him threaten her. Why, Mary? Because it's gonna meaning they're charging him with assault. No, what is this simple battery? No, they're charging him with battery. They're not charging him with threatening or menacing or anything like that. He wasn't charged for that. All that is anecdotal shit that they can tell the judge. Yeah,
Right, exactly.
Judge, yeah, he spit on her and threatened to kill her, and the judge is gonna be like, "Oh yeah, really?
Cool story.
Is his
The
mom
thing
here?
that fucked me up is because it's a video. How you get battery out of that video?
Yeah, that's attempted murder, man. That's just bad, man.
When you beat a lifeless body, dog, that is intent to do some serious harm.
Yeah.
And people have to stop you? Come on now.
Yeah, he put a lot of pressure on those people, man. Because I mean, those people look terrified, man. They look like they was terrified.
Like a bear attacked her or some shit.
Yeah, man. And then you know if you he's like fuck off. You know how some man, fuck off me, man. Some man don't just say, get the fuck off me. Some man say fuck off me. You know what I'm saying? That's how we do, man. Same shit going on.
A man arrested after allegedly shooting at teenagers in October.
Now, this was during homecoming, and the teenagers were rolling the suspect, Marty Lundy's house, with toilet paper when suddenly there was gunfire.
Yeah, our Lacey Beasley first told us about this story in October. Tonight, Lacey, you have some new details.
Yeah, that's right, Shelby and Byron. Now, back when it happened, we talked to a few of the teens involved. One of them was driving away, and his truck was riddled by pellets.
60-year-old Marty Lundy behind bars after allegedly opening fire on a group of teenagers. He's charged with discharging a gun into an occupied vehicle and assault. This happening back in October during homecoming week. As a part of tradition, students were rolling toilet paper through yards. Those involved, including Dylan Fulton, not wanting to show his face, say
Dylan Fulton. So these are gliders. This is what the white community has to deal with out of their fucking teams.
Toilet paper.
All uses birdshot. Man,
Toilet paper being thrown over your house one day out of the year. Because this was only during homecoming. This isn't like a constant thing they have to deal with. Wow. You gliders got it fucking good, man.
Through yards. Those involved, including Dylan Fulton, not wanting to show his face, say they saw someone come outside, so they took off.
I looked up at the door and I seen somebody there and like a silhouette on the inside. So I yelled at everybody, said, "Hey, somebody's at the door." We all started running, ran back to the truck.
The group drove down the road to meet with friends at a gas station at the intersection of Grand Bay Wilmer and Old Pascagoula. When Fulton passed the house again, shotgun pellets riddled the side of his truck, and a video captured the boom.
And not one of the pellets penetrated because it was birdshot from a long way away. All it did was chip the paint.
Yeah. Man, your neighborhoods are just so much different, man. Like, we live in the. It's not even the same country, man. There's a white. That's what they call it: white America and black America.
Video captured the boom.
My handle was gone, then the whole side of the truck was just mangled. I can understand where he's coming from, but that's only if we were destructing his property. Like, I think the only thing we really threw toilet paper on was a tree in his yard.
And MCSO says the suspect's alleged response was uncalled for.
Kids are out being kids. It's something simple as going out the next day and cleaning up your yard. They're not destroying property. They're not committing a felony. They're not really committing a crime that would anywhere near necessitate any kind of deadly force action on somebody, firing at their vehicle.
Now, another teen involved says he was struck in the head with a pellet from that night, but it was not a critical injury. Jail records show Lundy is sitting on a $32,000 bond. Reporting live in studio, Lacey Beasley, Fox 10 News.
Hey, man, there goes the neighborhood.
A Mobile man behind bars for disorderly conduct with a knife. Ronaldo Scott arrested yesterday morning at Cut Zone Barbershop on Spring Hill Avenue after police say he pulled out a knife inside the shop. Police say they found Scott and began chasing him on foot. Once in custody, they found drugs.
Okay. I mean, that went cool. I mean, he didn't resist.
Right. I wonder why they didn't kill him.
Violence.
Well, I mean, they probably were having a good day.
Another domestic violence incident happening early this morning on Chin Street. According to police, this woman, Aria Womack, was arrested after they say she used her vehicle to hit a man that caused non-life-threatening injuries.
Yikes. I like how
Stink
they're
gun
quick
mobile.
stories. Like, I like how they're just boom, quick to the point,
Yeah, I mean, she didn't do nothing, man. She was just, it was an accident.
Right.
Man.
There's little shit.
Yeah. That's all, man.
A quick foot chase, gun, drugs, whatever.
Yeah. I mean, white people do it too, as you can see.
A murder suspect from the Daphne quadruple murders made an appearance in court today.
Jared Smith Bracey accused of shooting his grandparents, his older brother, and a family friend, and also beating them with a pickaxe.
I'm gonna say
Was in the courtroom for the suspect's bond hearing.
Members of both the Smith and Glover families were in the courtroom today for the bond hearing.
Yo, who
it
did he
went
look like?
Quickly. The judge issuing no
John
bond
Goodman.
in the defense
George
and
Wendt.
plea of not guilty.
Oh,
for
Goodman
mental
for sure.
disease.
Nah, George Wendt.
21-year-old Jared Terrence Smith Bracey was under heavy guard as he was escorted to Circuit Judge Scott Taylor's courtroom this morning.
Crazy.
As he was being brought in, family members of the victims were entering the courtroom from the front.
Dang, I thought
Smith
with
was
the
a part of
names
the
it had a
attorney team of Angela
50%
Walker
chance
and Thomas
of being
Pilcher.
a glider.
They told Judge Taylor they'd had very little time to speak with Smith and deferred to his judgment for bond.
So I really don't have a whole lot to say right now as far as the statement goes. Only thing I can tell you is that we're going to dig into it and try to figure out what happened, just like you guys are trying to figure out what happened, and then we're going to go from there.
The defense entered a plea of not guilty for reason of mental disease or defect. Pilcher said he's not aware of a history of mental illness, but that doesn't mean it's not present.
See what I'm saying? Like, don't nothing be wrong with these son, man. He just did that shit from he was angry. He was angry at them and he killed them.
Damn.
Ain't no history of mental illness, man.
Maybe they took his Nintendo Switch.
I mean, there's something wrong with that motherfucker. He kill his grandparents. God damn.
He was angry.
They probably asked him to leave.
I know his parole officer hasn't been born yet.
Yeah. Think about this though. That's crazy, but think about this though. He kills one, right? And then he's like, oh shit. I killed the other one, so the witnesses. Then the other people come in, and then it's like they start grabbing. I mean, it's not like he just. I could see it not being like he just goes killing. It could be a fluid situation. You know, he gets angry.
Shit went left on him, right?
Yeah, it goes left. Yeah, like the situation goes left.
And then we're going to go from there.
The defense entered a plea of not guilty for reason of mental disease or defect. Pilcher said he's not aware of a history of mental illness, but that doesn't mean it's not present.
It's a capital murder case, and anytime you have a capital murder case, you want to make sure you take all precautions, no matter the person. So, you know what boilerplate is? In a lot of ways, that's boilerplate. I want to make sure that that every box is crossed before we go in the next step. So that's the reason for that.
It's been a very emotional time for the families who've lost so much. The defendant's mother and aunt were in the courtroom today, along with family members of Sheila Glover, who was also killed. None wanted to talk about the tragedy. Chief Assistant District Attorney Teresa Hines says the no bond order was not surprising and that this is just the first step down a long road to finding justice.
The workload's just beginning. I mean, we're looking at 2 to 3 years down the road before this thing.
Wow, they got to be in court for another 2 to 3 years with this shit.
Damn.
Why?
This is going to be a long case.
Because, like I said to you before, Mossy, the Gladiators wrap it up some more, complicated some more.
Yeah, Sunman, we just put a tie around his neck and set him on fire.
You did. Next.
He would have been dead. Like, when did this happen? Like last year? Yeah, he'd have been dead over it. He'd have been dead last year. Salute to Eric S, man, for the cash app, man. Salute to you.
We'll go to trial if it goes to trial or some kind of finality.
Smith Bracey's defense reserved the right to request bond once they have a better grasp of what happened. Meanwhile, they have 30 days from the date of the arrest to request a preliminary hearing. Then, Baby Net, Hal Sherrick, Fox 10 News.
Yeah, man. I mean, there's two it's two mobiles. Oh yeah, let's see this.
Before a Gulfport police officer shot a teenager.
This is remember they tried to BLM tried to do this. I think we covered this maybe 2-3 months ago. They tried to get behind this one. This was the kid who was shot in Gulfport, Mississippi. He's 15. And BLM was down there, like they had their JV squad down there in Gulfport, but nothing ever came of it. So here's the body cam that's been released.
Before a Gulfport police officer shot a teenager. Police say the video shows the teen holding a gun before he was killed. Now, we will not show the moment Jaheim McMillan was shot, but the video does give us new insight into what happened that day. Eleanor Tabone has more from Gulfport.
The Gulfport Police Department have released a dash cam and body cam footage of the day Jaheim McMillan was killed outside this Family Dollar in Gulfport. They've released it nearly 5 months after the incident. Body cam shows what happened on October 6th. You see Gulfport Police Officer Kenneth Nasser pull up to the Family Dollar. You hear him yell and you see Jaheim run. Then shots were fired. Later in the video, you hear Nasser say he initially saw Jaheim carrying a gun.
Yeah, I saw 46
Man, I told him to drop it in. Drop it. Okay.
But after the shooting, you hear him say he can't find that gun.
Do we have it? I rolled him. I didn't see it underneath him.
At the end of the video, you hear another officer tell Nassar to turn his body cam off.
Ben got out here. Is that still on? Yes. Go ahead and turn it off. Turn it off.
The Mississippi Bureau of Investigation released their findings in a 106-page document stating Jaheim exited the rear passenger seat of the car holding a pistol in his right hand, then ran towards the front of Family Dollar. The investigating agency also released an edited version of the video. In that edited
that's the gun in his hand. What is that? What could that be other than a gun?
Edited version. How about an edited version? Maybe they just enhanced it a little bit so you could see it.
A Bible
edited version. Really?
Burrito.
A burrito, maybe.
Burrito.
A Bible, maybe some. Never mind. A book.
A book.
iPad.
It was an iPad, right? There you go.
A mallet.
The investigating agency also released an edited version of the video. In that edited version, they show the moment they say Jaheim appears to be holding a gun. Jaheim's mother, Katrina Mateen, and the Gulfport community are calling for transparency.
Look at you. They got
the Star Wars font or some shit here. What the
They
hell?
never cared this much about this boy. This boy ain't get this much love his entire life combined. Look at how much. I mean,
some people love the dead.
Hey, you're nobody until a cop kills you in the sun community, right?
Yeah.
You're nobody.
Till some glider kills you.
It's hard to build trust when you have a video released 4 or 5 months later.
Build trust. How can you build trust with the black community?
Dude, if irony could strike you
right?
dead, man.
That body cam is building trust. They're going after the guys shooting up the neighborhood.
Well, these kids weren't shooting up the neighborhood. These kids were pointing guns at people who were driving by. So they were just hanging out at the Family Dollar, and people were driving by, and they were pointing guns at them, random people.
Yeah, totally oblivious to why we feel no trust in his community.
But you're telling me that, I mean, you get what I'm saying, right?
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Later, that anything could have happened to that video.
Nick Bezel with the Alma Geronimo Pratt Pistol and Rifle Gun Club sees more needs to be done to build trust between the police and the community.
For the sake of transparency, I think in this country overall, we have to do a better job. Our law enforcement has to do a better job of being transparent when officer-involved shootings happen.
A grand jury found no criminal conduct on behalf of the officer involved from the Gulfport Police Department. The Gulfport community and Jaheim's mother say they still have too many questions and not enough answers. In Gulfport, Eleanor Tabone, Eyewitness News.
Police said they did later find a gun that they believe McMillan pointed in the parking lot of the Family Dollar. A grand jury has cleared the officers in the case.
Good.
In other words, it probably rolled under a vehicle and they didn't find it immediately.
Suspect from the deck.
Yeah.
Yo, to any real quick, to any cop listening now or later, be safe out there, man. God bless you.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Let's So we did,
and remember, you pigs. Hands up, don't shoot.
Yeah. We did. This is Mobile. I'm gonna do one more for Mobile, man. Let's do one more for Mobile. Then we're gonna go to another city, man. Let's do one more for Mobile.
So the third suspect in last year's shooting at the Walmart Beltline now heading to a grand jury after G. Maurice Pierce's preliminary hearing.
Yeah, Fox 10 News' Dacian Smith has the story for us. And Dacian, an investigator testifying today, one of the defendants, Carmelo Dirks, actually named the other two men with him as the shooters.
That's right. And he also says they've seen surveillance video that clearly puts all three men at the scene.
All three suspects in the shooting at the Beltline Walmart are now heading for the grand.
What if you on that grand jury and you hear this and they're snitching on each other already? That's Mobile.
That's Jeru Holiday, Robert Parrish, and Future.
Oh bullshit, man. Like, yeah, man. This is like the fucking the linebacking core at fucking Alabama or Georgia or some shit. This is
It's bad when he blends in with his hoodie.
yeah, man. These are some sons, man. These some rough sons, man. These three roll up on you, man. You in trouble.
Yes, sir.
Don't resist.
Hey, don't resist. Just give it up, Marcy, man.
Those are some
Marcy,
hardcore looks, yo. They look hardcore as shit.
What's up?
Marcy, you firing on them as soon as they pin the corner. Soon as you see them walking through it, do you firing on them, Marcy?
I ain't firing them, but my hand will be on my side.
Your hand will be on your pistol.
Yeah.
Okay.
And jury. Mobile police investigator testified that 3 men who he identified as Jamoris Pierce, Darius Rouser, and Carmelo Dirks were caught on camera walking into the Beltline Walmart on December 27th. The investigator says the men were seen on camera walking past the self-checkout line and arguing with 3 other people before walking out. The investigator says moments later, Pierce is seen going back into the Walmart in front of Rouser and Dirks before reaching into his jacket. The investigator says a customer told them they heard Pierce say, "We can do it right here," before shots were fired.
Certainly how this situation unfolded at Walmart was extremely dangerous for everyone there.
The investigator testified that 2 people were shot, including a woman holding a baby. The investigator went on to say officers found 13.
They never hit the right person. They always hit somebody.
Hey, they got baby-seeking bullets, bro.
Like so much for side picture, you know.
Oh,
How
man,
about you
Sun
aim?
men are the most prolific killers of toddlers in this country, bro. By no comparison.
Well, no, some women.
I don't know, man.
I don't know.
It's some women. Think about it.
Shot, including a woman holding a baby. The investigator went on to say officers found 13 shell casings at the entrance, along with Rouser's phone, which was dropped by Pierce and had.
You know what the front of a Walmart looks like? That's where all the cash registers are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The fire 13 shot. Boom, 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 boom,
Right.
boom, boom, boom,
Yikes.
boom, 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 boom. Into the fucking front of a Walmart with all these families there. It just be
It's probably a switch. You're more like boom, 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 boom.
Okay. Salute to Deluxe 247, aka the real MVP, aka the real MVP, aka Cal Ripkins, showing up once again, man.
Hey, real quick. I'm gonna roll out, but let me say this to Masi. I love, right? But Masi, if you were to come around this week, if you said you would have had your hand on your gun when you seen them, you would have your hand on your gun all the time, bro. Like your hand would not leave your gun, man.
Exactly.
Be in your pocket. Like I
This
do.
is Walmart. Like in that Walmart, they were arguing with another group of Sunmen. So like it's a lot of Sunmen in that Walmart, man. You know,
Shit,
what
there's
I'm saying?
100 guys that look like that on the Magnificent Mile any given day.
Yeah, man. Like
Mugging
yeah,
and
Marcy.
looking for some shit.
You just gotta.
In DC, do they put up pictures of all the thieves in the stores?
I don't know if they still do that, but yeah, they definitely. I know the carry out does that in the like Foreman Mills and shit. But you don't see that in like CVS or like Walmart like that anymore. But yeah, I remember they used to do that a lot.
His Instagram logged into it. He also said officers found a gun at Pierce's house when they arrested him, but are waiting on ballistics to officially tie it to the Walmart shooting.
Those things do take time because they have their own caseload as well, but they generate these examinations in a timely manner, we believe, and when they are finished with it, they will send the reports to us and they'll be added to the case file.
The investigator says the surveillance video appears to show that Dirks did not fire a shot. He also says Dirks named Rouser and Pierce as the shooters. District Attorney Keith Blackwood says his cooperation does help, but it's still too early to consider a deal.
Any kind of cooperation provided by anybody is, of course, taken into consideration, but you know, these 3 that are charged with very serious offenses will all be prosecuted.
Blackwood says that Pierce is still being held in Metro Jail under no bond and faces charges of attempted murder, assault, and reckless endangerment. We did reach out to his public defender, but have not heard back. Live.
All right, let's go to another city, man. Mobile, man. Goddamn Mobile. You got all these fucking white teens throwing toilet paper in people's houses, man. What a fucking shitty city, man. Give me
bullet
another
matching
city,
is
man.
junk science anyway, because there's no database to match it against. So all you can say is it's consistent with the weapon that was used, because 90% of the same weapon made in the same factory is going to be very, very similar.
Cincinnati, man. WKRP in Cincinnati. Salute to my man Cornelius, man, for the PayPal, man. Salute to you, bro. This is Cincinnati, man. Home of the Bengals, man.
Oh shit! Hear from the Communitown Solutions. They always got solutions.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us at
I heard
10.
my man G Dizzle, man. Shout out to G Dizzle, man. He was saying that there are no solutions earlier, and listen, man. These people have some solutions, man. What the fuck was he talking about, man? Somebody tell G Dizzle, man, you don't know what the fuck he talking about. These people got solutions, man.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us at 10. 1 year ago, Cincinnati city leaders declared gun violence a public health crisis.
Tonight, several community partners and residents came together to talk about this multi-pronged problem and begin the long road to stopping this type of violence. Local 12's Cassie Arsenault got to sit in on that meeting. Cassie, what was the focus for city leaders?
So they want to find long-term violence prevention strategies that work and focus on the 10 neighborhoods experiencing the most shootings.
10 neighborhoods. I bet you all of them, 11 of them are black neighborhoods.
120%.
God, dog.
With the West End, Over the Rhine, and Avondale topping that
You might
list.
have one that
But
has
it's a complicated
50%
problem,
Hispanic.
right? Because there's so many factors at play. Socioeconomic discrepancies, not enough programs for youth, mental health issues, parents not always being...
Not enough programs for youth. That's...
Welcome back. All the shit happens at the programs.
But it's a complicated problem, right? Because there's so many factors at play. Socioeconomic discrepancies, not enough programs for youth, mental health issues, parents not always being parents, and the distrust of the police. So here are the numbers. Over 400 shooting incidents took place in 2022. 64 of those were homicides. And the people affected most by these shootings are black men between 20 and 40 years old. But a large percentage of the people...
The number one cause for death for kids is guns.
Damn.
In that city.
Yeah, well, let's be frank. That's probably not the number one cause of death for glider kids, tiger
Exactly.
kids, Patel kids, Prairie Patel kids, group kids of any other group. I mean, but this is the same way in every single city in the nation, basically.
No, what they're missing here is the number one cause of death for kids, other than abortion, is 20 to 40-year-old black males.
True.
They said nationwide the number one cause for children's death is now gun violence, but I mean, if you took son kids out of the equation, that would not be the case.
No, the gun violence is that's just BS. It's just violence.
Well, yeah.
Well, and none of it has
Pulling the
anything
trigger.
to do with keeping people safer.
2-year-olds getting smoked in other races is so exceedingly rare compared to some people that, like, you know, it's almost a non-factor.
Yeah, in public too, like by somebody they don't know. Now, 2-year-olds in glider neighborhoods do get smoked, but it's almost always someone they know. In
Well,
the
yeah,
black
and not at
community,
this rate.
like probably 75% of the 2-year-olds that get killed are killed by someone they never even laid eyes on.
Over 400 shooting incidents took place in 2022. 64 of those were homicides. And the people affected most by these shootings are black men between 20 and 40 years old. But a large percentage of the people pulling the trigger and being victims are kids. In 2020, fatal gunshot wounds surpassed motor vehicle crashes as the most common cause of sudden death in children. Now, tonight, Cincinnati City Council members were joined by representatives from the police department, Children's Hospital, and Moms Demand Action, just to name a few. Residents like Pamela Adams believe the best approach is to get parents to step up and find more money for mental health services.
Parents need to step up to the plate also. Take your arm around your child. Ask your child how your day's going. Listen to your child. Quit sending them away. Talking about go somewhere.
Go somewhere. So this woman knows what she's talking about. Look how old she is. She's from this community. The parents, she's not saying this for no reason. I agree that this is
come get your kids.
I agree that this is not the problem, the main problem, and this is not a solution. But she's not saying this for nothing. She's saying this because she sees this all the time.
Parents need to step up to the plate also. Take your arm around your child. Ask your child how your day's going. Listen to your child. Quit sending them away. Tell them, go somewhere and sit down. I done had a rough day. Yes, you done had a rough day, 8 hours working, or whichever happened. But you need to pay attention to your child. If you don't, that's what I said over there. The streets will get them because you're not there.
Now, tonight's meeting was designed to be a forum for residents to voice their concerns, and no permanent plans were made. City leaders say even in neighborhoods with the highest number of shootings, it's not the whole neighborhood that's affected. In many cases, it's confined to particular streets, and they want to target those streets. How they do that, though, is still to be determined. Adam?
Maybe with an AC 130, that would probably help.
AC 130.
Out gun locks this evening. The council recently
no gun locks.
Christ.
I mean, come on, man. Come on, man.
So fucking tired, man.
No gun locks.
This group thinks that maybe they have the solution.
Cassie, thank you. And the city did pass out gun locks this evening. The council recently passed an ordinance that requires the safe storage of guns, especially around kids. If gun
ordinance, there's an ordinance we passed. You think Pookie and Ray know about that ordinance?
What the fuck is he talking about?
Say, this is a no gun zone, cuh.
Yeah, man, you got your gun lock. Oh shit, I left my gun lock. Bend the corner, man. Move back up in front of my house. I gotta go get my gun lock, man, before we go to this party, man.
All those gun locks are going to do is add a couple more seconds to the time that you're going to need when you hear your fucking front door kick in and you got to get prepared. Now you got to get a lock off your shit.
You got to remember that fucking code, man, while it's sitting in the fucking charging towards you. Shit. Could you imagine being in the moment? Finally, it's here. The moment you feared all your life, and you run, you get your gun, and you're like, oh shit. Is it my fucking birthday? Is it my wife's birthday? Is it my daughter's birthday? Is it my fucking old house address? What the fuck? Come on.
Who's locking up the gun that they use for home security? That's stupid.
Maybe somebody who has 7 children running around the house.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Even then, that's stupid.
Well, we know they ain't doing that anyway. So
Yeah, but responsible gun owners are doing that, Marcy. Responsible people are doing that.
Not for the gun that you're using for home security. That's dumb. Because when you need it, it needs to be ready.
But that could be the gun. Like when you got kids, listen, kids find guns and they shoot each other. I can do stories on that all the time. I can start
one of the most common reasons that glider kids die from gunshots, other than being like murdered in domestic murders.
Yeah.
Cassie, thank you. And the city did pass out gun locks this evening. The council recently passed an ordinance that requires the safe storage of guns, especially around kids. If gun owners fail to do this, they can be charged with a first-degree misdemeanor.
And they're acting like this is a plague of gliders not locking their guns up when it's really 10-year-olds shooting other 10-year-olds.
Yeah, man.
I had access to guns when I was with my grandparents. I didn't do shit like that because I wasn't an evil little son of a bitch.
You're just one person though, Marcy. Like this is extrapolated across everybody on the planet.
No, but they treat it as if a child can't understand the consequences of their actions. So you got to hide everything from them so that they don't have the idea, so the idea doesn't sprout up in their head. But no, the idea just is always there, but they have to learn how to actually deal with it before you even get into trying to keep guns away from them. If that's the case,
well, the first thing they need to understand as a consequence of their action is you will get your butt beat if you get anywhere near this.
Yeah, that city kind of wild.
Yeah, man.
They got a lot of shit going on.
It goes down, man.
New
information about a shooting in Bond Hill. Officials at Woodward High School say the person who was shot was a student. They say the victim was shot off campus near the corner of Glen Meadows and Seymour around 3:30 this afternoon. After being shot, they walked to Woodward High School, where the staff called 911 and put the school on lockdown as a precaution. The victim was rushed to the hospital in serious condition. It is not clear what led to the shooting. The school was on lockdown for about 20 minutes while police checked out the area.
Wow. Another school lockdown, man. Let's see this one right here.
A local business owner is desperate for help. Last month, he got an abrupt eviction notice from his landlord. He believes that's because the property will be sold and developed as part of FC Cincinnati's new entertainment district in the West End. As Morella Porter shows us now, he was joined by supporters as he took his case to City Council today.
A busy tire shop on Liberty Street, forced out after 6 years.
I put everything I got, every dime I got into that business.
Ahmad Hamoud's landlord gave him 30 days to move out or pay $16,000 in rent, 8 times what he currently pays. Now, 5 days before his month-to-month agreement is set to end, he has nowhere to go and doesn't know how he'll move tons of heavy machinery and tires while still trying to run his business.
They're killing my American dream. I want to be a successful man, and I did everything possible to let this business be.
See, if this guy was black, he would have the racial element. He would have a bunch of like bow tie lawyers with him, and he could like use that to kind of like buy some time or get a better deal out the city. This guy can't do that.
No, he's fucked.
He's just fucked.
Be successful, and now they're just like putting me down, and they're just taking everything I got away.
At the least, he wants more time to relocate. Community activists, even Hamoud's customers, showed up to City Hall today.
Sisters, y'all just is there a protest where y'all just say we sitting this one out?
Salute to these sisters though, coming out for Sanson, man. That's some good stuff.
Yeah, man. But seriously though, sisters, man, I want to hear from my sisters, man. Is there anything that y'all would just be like, all right, look, man, we got kids. Our kids are like literally like the lady said earlier, like your kids are fucking just, you're not paying attention to your kids. Your kids aren't getting any love in the home, and yet you find time to go do this shit. Like, God damn. Sit one protest out. Just be like, look, man, we tired, man. I got work in the morning. I got something to do. Or like, like, damn. Every fucking thing you're fucking on the front lines. Golly, man. Shit.
And now they're just like putting me down, and they're just taking everything I got away.
At the least, he wants more time to relocate. Community activists, even Hamoud's customers, showed up to City Hall today to back his plea for help.
This is one gentleman, but he represents a whole community of people who are scared, who feel threatened, who felt threatened when the stadium got there, and now their fears are playing out with black and brown businesses being displaced.
While it's not clear if anything can be done to help Hamoud.
Oh, so it's a black and brown business.
Coalition.
Yeah, it's not a goddamn Sandman business. It's a black and brown business.
Hamoud as it stands. Councilman Seth Walsh tells me he believes council needs to work on a way to help renters from being put in this position.
So there are a lot of small businesses out there that exist without leases. And when you're existing without a lease, you lose a lot of legal protection.
Walsh says the city needs to be proactive about helping small businesses learn the power of a lease.
Because when we get to a stage like this where there's no legal protections that are provided or appear to be provided, we're all kind of stuck with our hands tied.
Vice Mayor Jan Michelle Kearney tells me she is working to find out.
Is that a sister or a son glider sister? Okay.
If the city might have a fund to support renters in this position. In downtown, Morella Porter, Local 12 News.
Ahmad says he tried to secure a lease from his landlord several times. He also says that he's always had the impression he'd get a 6-month move-out notice. The property owner declined to share his side of the story for our report today.
Shit, man. Right. Hey.
Poor Ahmad Mahmoud. I can almost guarantee that someone or himself has someone in his family or he has been robbed by Sunman.
Oh yeah, definitely, without a doubt.
Tonight, we are learning more about a 16-year-old boy shot and killed over the weekend in Westwood.
Lamar Spikes was a high school sophomore, and his family says that his life was taken far too soon. Local 12's Jenna Cisneros joining us tonight in studio after talking with his loved ones. Jenna, good evening.
Yeah, good evening, Kyle. Lamar Spikes, or Mar as his family calls him, will be sorely missed. They describe him as a track star with a heart of gold and a lot of ambition. They say he's a good kid, not violent. And as his killer is still out there, the family is desperate for justice.
I'm shattered. Anybody that knew Lamar knew that he was a lovely person. He's going to be really missed. Like, he's not a bad kid at all. Like, he didn't deserve.
What do y'all think about that? Do these
I
people
believe
see
them.
him? You believe him? Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, I kind of there's an element. I'm on the fence. I'm not necessarily just discounting what you're saying. I'm not. No, usually I would discount it, but I'm kind of like leaning towards you. Like I might believe them a little bit.
This on no levels.
It's a pain no family ever wants to imagine.
His smile was everything. Like, he had this little dimple, this deep dimple that would show every time he smiles, and his laugh and the way he would just call your name. It's gonna haunt me forever. He didn't deserve this.
The shooting happened Saturday night around 10 o'clock on Dartmouth Drive near Daytona Avenue. Lamar Spikes was shot and killed.
He didn't live over there. According to sources, they're saying that he had a friend that lived over there, and that's what drew him over there. And times like this, I just wish we would have held him in our arms just a little bit longer.
4 days later, the family still has no answers as to who is responsible.
For these people to take away my cousin with no remorse, I just want justice. And I hate to wish bad on people, but I just want justice in all the worst ways. I want these people to feel what we feel. I want their families to feel what we feel. Like,
wow, that's tough for a sister. Sisters usually they rarely ever say strong, unless it's a cop or a white guy. Yeah, I believe them because they never go strong unless it's a cop or a white guy.
She'd like to see them necklaced.
Yeah,
they didn't say he was the life of the party. They didn't say he made everybody laugh. They didn't say all the bullshit.
Yeah.
And I hate to wish bad on people, but I just want justice in all the worst ways. I want these people to feel what we feel. I want their families to feel what we feel. Like, you took away my everything.
Members of his family say they'll fight until they get closure.
My message to the person that pulled that trigger is, my nephew trusted you. My nephew has some type of respect and love for you. So for you to sit there and take my nephew's life, you need to do the right thing and go ahead and take this and turn yourself in.
Yeah, they know.
Police have yet to say if they believe this to be a targeted shooting. They are still searching for a suspect. So if you have any information, call Crime Stoppers at 352-3040.
Wow. These neighborhoods, these cities are dangerous.
The Boys and Girls Club is recognizing a young girl for overcoming challenges that many of us haven't experienced in an entire lifetime. 4 teens competed tonight for a $20,000 scholarship and the title of Youth of the Year. The winner is chosen based on their service to the Boys and Girls Club, character, written essays, and speaking ability. It's a culmination of months of work. Gamble Montessori High School sophomore Tatiana Cure.
These are the 4 kids, man. Salute to these kids, man. Salute to these kids, man.
Who goes by Tater, won tonight. Her father was murdered when she was only 7 years old.
Christ.
Of course. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
There's nowhere the sun doesn't touch.
It was so good.
And then this kid probably should have won. They probably gave it to the sister just because, you know what I'm saying?
He looked disappointed, like, what the fuck?
He like, I knew I
Smarter than
wasn't
all of
going
them.
there. Right? Like, my test scores were double, mother. I had more AP
He looked
classes.
like, are you fucking serious? Like Urkel would have been just really mad.
Wow.
Combination of months of work. Gamble Montessori High School sophomore Tatiana Cure, who goes by Tater, won tonight. Her father was murdered when she was only 7 years old. And at that time, she turned to the Boys and Girls Club for support.
I went there at a rough time. My father had passed, so I feel like it has helped.
Speaking? Wait a minute. Did they say something about
because
speaking? Wait a fucking
My
minute.
father had passed. Yeah, that white kid definitely should have won.
Wait a minute, man.
They doing affirmative action with fucking youth awards. God damn.
That was a sympathy award.
Look at that face.
Yeah, that white kid.
He looks a little skeptical.
He's like, what the fuck did she just say? How is this happening? This is preposterous.
Yeah, sister, you should have had won that award either.
I've been hoodwinked, bamboozled.
She should have just wore a bonnet on her head. Crazy, man.
Damn it, I do feel bad for her.
I went there at a rough time. My father had passed, so I feel like it has helped me become me, because if I wasn't there, I don't know where I would be. So, and I had a lot of support from the staff and people, so I just feel like it has helped me in a whole lot of ways by just helping me become me and be myself and know myself as well.
Congrats to Tater. She'll now compete in the regional
Tater. Good for Tater, man.
competition. If she wins that, she would earn a shot at the national competition in Atlanta later on this spring.
No way in hell.
What's up, Mayo?
Hey, Mayo back.
Hey, what's up, gentlemen?
What's up, man?
What's up?
Hey, has the NFL offered that kid a job yet? The one that took out the teacher.
Oh. I think some teams are looking at him, man. They're definitely looking at him, man.
That's a running back if I ever saw one.
Running back down. That's a defensive lineman, man.
That's Dwight Freeney.
Yeah,
That's Dwight
exactly,
Freeney.
man. That's
Man.
definitely Simeon Rice, man. Let me get another city, man. Whew, Jesus Christ. Whew, Cincinnati, man. Yikes.
Memphis, man.
Oh God, Memphis. Shit.
Memphis will never let you down.
Did you cover Jaheim McMillan yet?
Who's that?
Yeah, we just did
The
Jaheim
kid that got
earlier.
shot in Gulfport,
Yeah, we just did that. Yeah, we did that.
unarmed with his hands up.
Yeah, he wasn't doing nothing, man. Whew.
Y'all did Philly already? We've been busy.
We started off with a story from Philly, but Philly, we did that last night. Memphis.
We're taking you back now to breaking news at the Walmart off Winchester and 385.
Always with the fucking Walmart, man. I bet 95% of Walmart shootings are fucking sons. But the national perception when you think of someone shooting up a Walmart is a glider.
We're taking you back now to breaking news at the Walmart off Winchester and 385, where shots have been fired inside that store.
WRG's Bria Jones is live with an update after talking to police. Bria?
Well, Greg and Steph, we just heard from MPD at the top of the show. They said that no injuries have been reported after reports of shots fired here at the Walmart here on Winchester near 385. I want to step out of the way. I want you to just
please do, so we can at least see the fucking store.
I mean,
take a look behind me. You can see there are still some employees that are here at the front of the store. I'm
You
told
know I love Bria.
they actually can't leave because they are considered witnesses. And here's what we do know from Memphis Police, what we just heard from spokesperson Sergeant Lewis Brownlee during that press conference. They say that several employees, several people were actually inside the store.
Damn, all sons ain't a goddamn
Lurking and murking.
Called to 911 reporting that a man fired several shots inside of the store. Now, police tell us that they have swept this store multiple times. They're currently looking for any shell casings that may indicate that the shots were actually fired, but we're told that because, of course, this is a large, big box store, those shell casings could be anywhere if there are any here. Now, again, we have at least 5 to 10 MPD cruisers here still on the scene. We're told that officers are currently looking to review any surveillance video, and, of course, they will bring us any updated information. For now, reporting live in Southeast Memphis, Bria Jones, WR.
Okay, non-contact shooting at Walmart. That's probably all we're gonna see for the night, right? Pretty quiet night, man. Um, let's see what else might be going on here, man. Okay.
Crime alert. An 18-year-old is facing charges tonight after police say she fired shots at several people in Frazier. This incident happened last week, just a few blocks from a high school. WRG's Mike Sirianni tells us what police say led to that shooting.
18-year-old Albany Carlisle is charged with
Albany Carlisle. Damn, that's a rough looking system.
Didn't really know.
Oh, I
if
thought that was
his
a
sister
dude,
or
man.
not.
No, it's not a dude, man.
They led to that shooting.
18-year-old Albany Carlisle is charged with aggravated assault after allegedly firing several shots near the intersection of Steel Street and Frazier Boulevard just after noon, February 15th. According to police, Carlisle was firing at several youngsters, one of them a student from MLK College Preparatory High School, who had reportedly...
Some youngsters.
God damn.
Yo, my God. I would love to see the test scores at MLK College Preparatory High School.
Never fails. MLK.
No students proficient in this, no student proficient in it. God, dog. Jeez.
been involved in a fight earlier that day with two other students and was suspended. Police say the student was being escorted home by her siblings when the two girls she'd been fighting with, along with several other people, got out of a black Nissan Maxima and started assaulting them in the 1400.
Pulling up.
It's never over until somebody gets a beating, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. That's why I tell you guys, like, it's like don't think like that white woman in fucking South Carolina. She argued and then she turned around and started. No, it's not over. Even when you're leaving the scene, it's not over. It's not over. Even when you're in your house, they'll come shoot up your house. It's never over, ever.
Just can't take an L.
And was suspended. Police say the student was being escorted home by her siblings when the two girls she'd been fighting with, along with several other people, got out of a black Nissan Maxima and started assaulting them in the 1400 block of Frazier Boulevard. Investigators say Carlisle is the sister of one of the high school girls involved in the earlier fight, and she retrieved a black and pink handgun from the Maxima and started shooting at the victims. No one was hit by the gunfire, but one youngster was injured during the physical assault. No one related to the victims or suspect wanted to talk, but a spokesperson with Frazier Community Schools emailed this response, quote, "We are aware of the incident that happened off campus on February 15th involving at least 3 of our students. While we always strive to ensure our students' safety, incidents occur outside of school and in the community that we are unaware of and unable to control. However, our staff will always do whatever we can to keep our students and staff safe at school and whenever possible." In Frazier, Mike Sirianni, WRE.
The school ain't snitching either, so.
Yeah, man. They gotta live there, man. They gotta be there.
I want to know who's going on the Indeed job app and hitting the buttons to say teacher and shit.
Hey, Mayo dropped that
signing
in the
up?
back. Mayo
Yeah.
dropped that school info in the back chat. It's 3 out of 10. It's not horrible for a Sun school.
3 out of 10, yeah, that's pretty decent. Most Sun schools are 1 out of 10 on great schools. That's not bad, man. Yeah, definitely.
My favorite memory of him was always teaching me to do the right thing.
From looking at these dance moves, it's no wonder why Melvin Parker says his brother, 63-year-old Marvin Parker, will
That's a
forever
63-year-old man dancing like that.
He was killing me.
My favorite memory of him was always teaching me to do the right thing.
From looking at these dance moves, it's
Is that you, Reese? Is that you, Reese, out there on the block?
If he's 63, he was listening to funk music and watching Dolomite and shit.
That's the modern dances, man. That's the shit Kodak Black and them be doing, man.
Yeah.
It's no wonder why Melvin Parker says his brother, 63-year-old Marvin Parker, will forever be known as the life of the party. He says his big brother adored his family and enjoyed helping others.
He helped people in the neighborhood. He basically was a great guy overall.
Sadly, these memories are all Parker and his family have left after his brother was brutally killed earlier this month. Parker says his brother was killed over money.
He could have called me and asked me for the $50 or $80.
Derek
What
Rawlings.
the fuck? Wait a minute.
And we got to hear about some fucking glider over here talking about some, well, it's because of gang initiations and all this, that, the third. No, it's over $50, man.
Killed over less than
$80.
$100.
Derek Rawlings is charged with second-degree murder in Marvin's death. MPD says the killing happened inside this home on Staten Avenue.
He lured my brother to the spot where it actually happened. And once he thought he killed my brother, he picked him up, put him in his truck, drove him from the North Memphis side area to the Orange Mound area side and left him for dead.
Family says Marvin was...
Damn, that's not in the spirit of Dr. King.
Did he leave him for dead, or did he just dump the dead body? Because he's probably already dead.
I think I know how this happened. Y'all remember the card game in the beginning of Harlem Nights?
Yeah. Oh, you talking about I think you talking about Minister Society.
Nah, the card game when Eddie Murphy was a young boy and caught his first body.
Oh yeah.
That guy was like, "You got my money, motherfucker."
Yeah, that was also Minister Society, man. I told you I give you fucking money when I get around to it, man.
Yeah, he did 5 years in the joint.
Yeah.
Side and left him for dead.
Family says Marvin was remodeling the home for someone else and asked Rawlings to help. On the day of the killing, police say Marvin was on the phone with an acquaintance when they overheard an altercation between Marvin and the suspect. Marvin's body was later found on South Greer Street.
Oh, so he asked the guy to help him remodel the house, and the guy was like, "All right, I get where my fucking money at? I worked for you yesterday. You said you're gonna pay me $80 a day," and Marvin was probably like, "Man, don't worry, man. I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna take care of you. I'm gonna take care of you." That nigga was like, "Nah, man, I'm going to jail for the rest of my life." Yeah, exactly.
Guy in the chat says $50 is a whole lot. It's a whole Hennessy bottle.
Yeah, $50 is a goddamn some good dope too. Whole lot of
he
dope.
He fucked up and called the Connect before he had the money, and the Connect is on the way, so he has to.
Yeah, he like, man, you got my fucking money. He's like, man, see the people ain't giving me the money yet. I'm waiting on them. It's like, nah, motherfuckers. Yeah, and it was the argument. It wasn't the $50. It was bitch ass nigga. What? Bitch ass nigga. It was the argument that got.
Says Marvin was remodeling the home for someone else and asked Rawlings to help. On the day of the killing, police say Marvin was on the phone with an acquaintance when they overheard an altercation between Marvin and the suspect. Marvin's body was later found on South Greer Street.
So we just thought that he got hit from the behind and was stabbed and beaten to death. We just found out last night that he got shot in the face also.
Now, right next door to the crime scene, Memphis police say they found bloody clothing inside of this abandoned stripped vehicle. They say one of the articles of clothing was a camouflage jacket.
Look how dirty it is.
Yo, her name is
There are
Kwamisha,
places in Ukraine that look better than this right now.
They got a woman named Kwamisha on the news. Fuck
yeah, Kwamisha, man. Kwamisha been there for a minute, man. Kwamisha been doing her thing.
Kwamisha doing all right in this nakedly racist country.
Yeah. Go ahead, Kwamisha.
Right next door to the crime scene, Memphis police say they found bloody clothing inside of this abandoned stripped vehicle. They say one of the articles of clothing was a camouflage jacket that had the word worth sewn onto it.
Rawlings was identified as the suspect after surveillance video caught him wearing the same jacket that was found at the crime scene. A warrant was issued for his arrest. Parker says they plan on being at every court hearing until justice is fully served.
Premeditated murder, no bond, basically. That's what the family would push for.
Reporting from North Memphis, Quamitra Wilborn, WREG, News Channel 3.
Well, as that family mourns tonight, Rawlings is in jail on a $350,000 bond, and he is due back in court on Monday.
Wow. Jesus Christ, man.
So I don't look now. It's 38% random glider.
What's 38% random glider?
The poll.
Oh, you talking about okay. So yeah, Bill did all right, man. Bill did all right. Glatterman did decent, man. Glatterman did decent, man. You just gotta remember, this ain't the fucking improv, man. Yeah. Yeah, let's see what else is going on. God damn it.
This evening, a South Haven crossing guard is recovering after being hit while directing traffic outside a school this morning. Family identify him as Mark Patton and tells us he's been a crossing guard at the school for 10 years. WREG's Jordan James has the latest on the investigation and changes parents want to see moving forward.
Along this busy stretch of Getwell Road,
everybody's in a hurry. Everybody's trying to get to where they're going.
Traffic came to a halt Friday morning after a crossing guard was hit by a vehicle outside of DeSoto Central Primary School just as classes were getting underway.
I have 3 kids that are in the district. And like I said, I just want everybody to just be mindful because, you never know when it could be your child, your loved one.
Investigators with the South Haven Police Department say the crossing guard was wearing proper safety gear when the incident occurred. They also say the driver who hit the crossing guard stayed on the scene.
Okay, that's good. Salute to the driver for staying on the scene, man. I don't know what that says about the driver, but
Look at Tennessee lawmaker. We are partially responsible for the rape of the Eliza, what's her name, Cleotha guy.
And another issue drawing attention at the Capitol is the TBI's handling of rape kits.
oh yeah, they did this. They got too many rape kids. It takes them
yeah.
fucking too long to fucking process all.
He was like Roland Martin, yo.
A bullet between the eyes and half of his skull is missing, but a young Memphis man is on the mend and talking tonight after being shot in the head while driving on I-240. Hello, I'm Greg Hurst.
Hi, I'm Stephanie Skurlock. Tonight, he is sharing what he remembers about the shooting only with our Bria Jones. She joins us live now with that story. Bria?
Well, Greg and Steph, this is truly an incredible story. Now, the victim was driving home from work when he was shot in the head. Now, tonight, he's alert and able to tell his story. Shot between the eyes and now living with a bullet still lodged in his brain. Lincoln Galdonez is at the start of his miraculous road to recovery.
I'm just grateful to be alive right now.
Galdonez, a 2021 Christian Brothers High School graduate, spent his 20th birthday at Regional 1. He's now without a large piece of skull missing to allow his brain to swell.
I'm pretty sure this is the entry wound, but it didn't exit.
Memphis police say he was shot in the head on February 5th after 2 people opened fire on I-240 near Perkins in broad daylight. Galdonez says he was leaving work at FedEx when he saw a car speed by.
I saw 2 people looking back towards someone, and then those same 2 people just like climbed out of the window, started hanging, and then...
Can I get a description?
Well, we've solved this one. I think we can wrap this up.
This kid fucking had nothing to do with this shit at all. Nothing.
Christ.
I
saw 2 people looking back towards someone, and then those same 2 people just like climbed out of the window, started hanging, and then I saw a gun, and then they just started shooting.
Multiple bullets hitting Galdonez's car, one piercing his windshield, and the rest was a blur.
I was bleeding a lot, and I was like dripping blood throughout the car, so but I didn't know this happened.
Trying to escape danger, Galdonez crashed into a guardrail. A witness who also happened to be a coworker he'd never met pulled over to help. Galdonez says doctors are amazed by his progress and say his skull might be able to be reattached by late spring.
What the fuck? Fucking know, man. Jesus Christ.
Super
man.
lucky that was a glancing blow that missed most of his brain.
You said glancing, it went through his eyes and came out the back of his head. What are you talking about?
It went on the brow ridge above his eye and hit the side of his skull and blew the skull out without taking much of the brain or damaging much of the brain. He was super lucky.
Yes.
Shout out to modern medicine.
Hold on, let me see.
Shot between the eyes and now living with a bullet still lodged in his brain. Lincoln Galdonez.
Exit.
Memphis police say
This is the entry wound, but it didn't exit.
Memphis police say he was shot in the head on February 5th.
Oh, the bullet's still in there. It didn't exit. The bullet's still in there.
Shout out to God. Thanks, Brown Sugar.
Shit.
Pulled over to help. Galdonez says doctors are amazed by his progress and say his skull might be able to be reattached by late spring.
My balance is pretty not there yet. I'm technically a fall risk. Just have to wear a helmet while I walk.
With no arrest in the case, he's asking one question.
Why? Why did you do this?
As he leans on his family.
Because the other dudes in the other car they were shooting at, probably cut them off and looked at them funny.
A reason so petty it would probably fucking shock you to death.
Yeah, it's probably better you don't know. Because now you can do like a glider and be like, act like it was this big fucking thing and tell your friends like, yeah, it was this big fucking scenario that I got fucking my head blown off for.
Family and friends for support.
I guess I'm just happy to be alive, happy to have a support system like I do.
His family has started a GoFundMe account to help with medical expenses and eventually get him a new car. If you'd like to help, you can find the link on our website, WREG.com. For now, reporting live downtown, Bria Jones, WREG News, Channel 3.
The family offering up prayers of thanks tonight. Bria, thanks.
I'm Memphis out, man.
I saw a pretty a wild story in Chicago with a pregnant woman carjacked and run over.
Dang.
Yeah, I was in Chicago, I believe.
Libertyville, a suburb of Chicago, I think.
As prosecutors continue to weigh charges, the victims' relatives expressing frustration and accusing authorities of keeping them in the dark.
Flowers and candles mark the spot where they lost their patriarch. For the family of Donald Carter Sr., there's prayer, but no peace.
I'm angry. This was my last brother.
What happened to the rest?
And he did not deserve this.
This gathering at the end of a day of grief and remembrance. Earlier, mourners gathered for Carter's funeral in Country Club Hills, 12 days after the retired auto mechanic was killed while behind the wheel. Police say 3 13-year-old boys in this stolen Kia slammed into Carter on February 12th as he pulled out of his Robbins apartment complex.
Damn. So he didn't. 3 13-year-old boys. They slept. They were flying. Wow. Damn. You gotta and listen,
and they
man.
T-boned him in the driver's side, so
yeah, it
probably
wasn't
killed him
much.
instantly.
And they won't do a day in jail for this.
Who's killed more people, the Kia Boys or the Proud Boys?
I think the Kia Boys up a couple thousand, man. Proud Boys still haven't got on the board yet.
Yeah, I don't think it's close.
You can put Ashley Babbitt on there, like their actions led to Ashley Babbitt's death. You can give them one. But the Kia Boys got in the thousands, man.
Well, I guess you could say the Patriot Prayer member because he attended their rally, and pissed off the Lestas.
Yeah, that's 2. Give him 2-ish, 2 and a possible. Yeah, man. Golly, man, they slid. They were going fast, man. Those.
Carter on February 12th as he pulled out of his Robbins apartment complex.
You just killed my daddy. All over a car that you not going to make no money off of it.
Police arrested the 3 juveniles near the scene, but then released them to their families pending charges. As
Wow.
Good Lord. What the fuck? Unauthorized use of an automobile. Hit and run.
No, those poor juveniles. They just need supervision. So we need to give them back to their parents that can't supervise them ever.
Whose car were they in?
A stolen car, probably. It was probably a stolen car.
That was a borrowed car.
Police arrested the 3 juveniles near the scene, but then released them to their families pending charges. As Carter's family waits, today the Cook County State's Attorney's Office told ABC7 it's still reviewing the case.
Whether it's the village or the state's attorney's office, arrest these young men and bring charges and stop passing the buck.
Carter, who
was... hold up, sister.
Those aren't young men. Those are savages.
Sister, these sisters... She doesn't understand that she's gonna vote for Kim Fox next time. She's gonna vote for Lori Lightfoot. It's just they just don't get it. Everybody here is gonna vote for Lori Lightfoot and Kim Fox.
Carter, who was 70, leaves behind 6 children and 20 grandchildren.
Damn.
And every time it doesn't happen to her, she's like, "Oh, the poor kid. Oh, the poor kid." When it happens to her, then it's, dang, somebody needs to pay.
Selfishness, man. These people, I mean, it's just not a community, man. It's not a community.
Carter, who was 70, leaves behind 6 children and 20 grandchildren and lingering questions about his death.
We're not going to stop keeping this in the media, keeping it on the forefront. I know this community will never forget about it.
Earlier this week, the family filed a lawsuit against the village.
He said the community will never forget him. There have been 3 murders since this happened. What this happened last week? Man, there's been fucking 15 murders since this happened. What are you talking about? And probably
There's been 45 murders since it happened in the community in Chicago.
Right. What are you talking about? These people are crazy. What's up, Brown Sugar?
Hey, y'all.
Brown sugar, babe. Getting high off of love. Don't know how to be.
You sound sad, girl.
No, I'm just under the weather a little bit.
Oh, okay. Okay. So you got a little cold.
Get about it.
Earlier this week, the family filed a lawsuit against the village of Robbins, alleging the crash was in part the result of a police pursuit. A village spokesperson and the police chief.
Oh, they're blaming the police because the police were pursuing the sons in the car. I wouldn't be a police for nothing right now. Golly, man. Fuck that, man. It's a sucky ass job, man.
Police just need a tractor beam or something so they can't run.
Jesus Christ, man. The mayoral race. Let's see what's going on in the mayoral race.
Now, with just 4 days now to go, the Chicago mayoral candidates are campaigning for those final undecided votes.
The 9 people running for mayor will be crisscrossing the city this weekend. Elizabeth Matthews joins us live from the live desk with the latest on what happened today.
Yeah, hey guys, 9 candidates, possibly a runoff election, and the latest poll says 14% of voters are still undecided. Mayor Lori Lightfoot echoing her call to the city that she deserves 4 more years.
Uh-oh.
The incumbent popped in an Andersonville record store Friday to rub shoulders with music lovers and potential supporters. Mayor Lori Lightfoot talking about her viability in a potential runoff with frequent leader of the polls, Paul Vallis.
I am the only candidate on the ballot that can beat Paul Vallis. I trust the voters of the city to see right through the veneer of credibility that he's trying to pull over voters' eyes and to mask himself from something that he is not.
Recently retired Congressman Bobby Rush showing up in the latest endorsement ad for Mayor Lori Lightfoot.
Lori is good for the city of Chicago. She's good for the South and West Side.
Other candidates were spread out all over the city. Paul Vallis meeting with voters at the Muslim Community Center.
Let me give thanks to God for whom all my blessings flow.
Chuy Garcia holding a Get Out the Vote walk and talk at Daley Plaza, and 5th Ward Council member Sophia King making a lunch stop in Inglewood to sit with and listen to residents. Jamal Green cast his ballot early on the South Side, the young candidate feeling confident about his shot at mayor, not believing any recent poll numbers that puts him toward the bottom of the pack.
We're already seeing an unprecedented amount of voters come out, and I think that we're going to see a shocker on February 28th.
And of course, you guessed it, there are more events to come this weekend for those 9 candidates. Mayor Lori Lightfoot will hold a rally tomorrow, 2 p.m. Brandon Johnson has several events scheduled.
Oh my God, Lori Lightfoot.
You know what that? You know what that broad did a couple days ago? Go ahead.
I was just talking about unprecedented, like unprecedented. Please,
unprecedented.
A couple of days ago,
We know
Lori Lightfoot
what he was trying to say.
She asked the black and Spanish voters to help her win the election. She said it on the news like 4 days ago.
Yeah, I think she called Chuy Garcia Speedy Gonzalez.
Oh,
You're serious?
She gets away with that because
That's
she's
what
black.
I heard. I wouldn't be surprised because for that reason exactly.
She does a lot for the city. I mean, she gets the Bears to leave. I mean, after 100 years in the city.
Yeah, she gets the Chicago Bears out and invites the Sun Bears in.
Some Bears always been in Chicago.
Well, to downtown.
Yeah.
How much time he get?
He got 20 years for something. He got so many cases. I don't even follow that shit no more. He ain't getting out for the first shit. So all this other shit is just concurrent, man.
Just going after money.
What the fuck is this?
Police across the country are warning of potential anti-Jewish hate crimes this weekend.
They say extremist groups have posted online calling for a national day of hate tomorrow. WGN's
National Day of Hate. We're fishermen. Fishermen ain't even here. Fishermen must be prepping for tomorrow.
Very
man.
suspicious.
He's busy.
Yeah. He's
You
getting
gotta
shit
watch his
together.
hood.
Yeah, man. Fisherman, man. Get the hell. Javiercito says, release to families sums up the current state of affairs. It takes a village to destroy a society. Oh my God.
Donovan is live in Lakeview with the very latest on this. Alyssa.
Yeah, good evening, Ben and Lourdes. Several law enforcement agencies and Jewish community groups have issued community alerts tonight and throughout this week, warning of what some anti-Semite groups have dubbed a National Day of Hate, which is set to take place tomorrow.
Unfortunately, you can say it lightly, this is the world we live in now.
Dan Goldwyn with the Jewish United Fund and Jewish Federation of Chicago has been in constant contact with law enforcement as neo-Nazi and anti-Semite groups have announced a National Day of Hate this Saturday. Chicago police sent out a community alert warning the public to be vigilant and situationally aware throughout the weekend, with specific focus on largely Jewish communities like Rogers Park, Westridge, and Lakeview. According to CPD, online extremists have advised followers to vandalize, place flyers, and perform other acts of so-called activism against the Jewish community.
We're not aware of any direct credible threats. We've talked to every level of law enforcement we could think of, but we want to make sure we were safe, so we notified the community. The community's taking appropriate steps, but in the meantime, we hope tomorrow people are Jewish the way they want to be Jewish.
Illinois State Police also issued an alert advising heightened awareness and encouraging people to call 911 if they see anything suspicious. Goldwyn says the entire Jewish community has been made aware of the messages that are circulating online.
We made sure we notified all the institutions in Chicago, synagogues, schools, agencies that take care of those who need help so that they have appropriate security measures in place.
And while the community is on high alert, Goldwyn wants people to continue to do what they normally would, go to services and attend celebrations.
But in the meantime, we hope tomorrow people are Jewish the way they want to be Jewish. Go to Shabbat services, bar and bat mitzvahs, weddings. We hope they all do that.
The Anti-Defamation League has also issued a statement regarding the threats that are happening over the weekend, saying that they are also in constant contact with law enforcement and are monitoring the situation.
Why don't they ever name the groups? Name the groups and say and shame them instead of just random anti-Semites. Oh, that's
Yeah.
why.
We
Because
know it's
it's
the
probably
gliders.
somebody on the left.
It's the gliders.
Yeah, this ain't something. We just gonna run up on you. You gonna find out about the threat after you getting up off the ground.
Yeah,
Or you just got the Hebrew Israelites on a corner cursing you all out.
Yeah, it's most likely the gliders, though. I mean, it's like when you have 6 13-year-olds dead in a shooting. It's some people.
Well, listen to what the threats were.
Unless it's inside a
Vandalization
school,
and
then it's
other.
gliders.
That's not entirely true. I think we've proved that quite clearly here.
Hell yeah.
Look what the threats were, though. It was vandalization and threats. That's it.
But nothing's gonna happen. Like the day's gonna come and nothing's gonna happen.
They hit you for another crystal mine. It seems like they want that to happen, so they can keep being victims.
They would love that.
They can keep harping on about being victims or something. Come on, it ain't happening.
The media wants to hype it up as that's what's going to happen, but it's just talk.
Yeah.
We're following breaking news out of Libertyville tonight. That's where sheriffs say a man attacked a mother in her driveway, then stole her SUV with her child still inside. This happened just after 3:30 this afternoon.
WGN's Dana Revick is joining us from the Libertyville Hospital where the victim was taken with injuries. Dana.
Well, the good news, first of all, is that this young child was located and is safe tonight, was not injured. But this mother recovering here at Advocate Condell Medical Center in Libertyville, we're told in serious but stable condition after this incident happened in her very own driveway earlier this afternoon. Around 3:30 p.m., the 34-year-old woman had just returned home and brought one of her children inside. When she came back out to her car to get her 2-year-old son, she says 2 men in this white BMW pulled into her driveway behind her car. A man got out the passenger.
Think about how brazen that is. Like, you can't feel safe. Like, this didn't happen at the mall. This didn't happen at the gas station. They followed this woman
from the pet store.
Yeah, she must have bought like.
So another, this is how we know this was some people as well. The incredible brazen brutality of it.
Yeah, following you. They're doing a lot of that now. The following is a telltale side too.
And over nothing of value.
They turned this 6 months pregnant glider into roadkill.
I mean, her look at where she lives at.
Where's her baby daddy?
It all happened in probably like a minute and 30 seconds.
She probably got a husband, Brown Sugar.
In the white world, we call that the husband.
Yeah, exactly. He's either at work or in the house.
Yeah, he might be at work.
He might be in jail.
Yeah, unlikely.
Libertyville. Yeah, man, you gliders, y'all got liberty from the fucking British, man, for this, all this shit to happen. Libertyville, man, I'm sure it's not a lot of sons in Libertyville, man.
3:30 p.m., the 34-year-old woman had just returned home and brought one of her children inside. When she came back out to her car to get her 2-year-old son, she says 2 men in this white BMW pulled into her driveway behind her car. A man got out the passenger side and struggled to get into her white Volkswagen Atlas as she tried to get to her child. That offender driving away, knocking her to the ground and running her over. She was able to call 911 for help. About a half hour later, someone on Lakeside Drive in Waukegan called police to report they saw 2 vehicles enter a parking lot and then abandon a small child, then drive away, leaving the little boy, who started wandering towards the street. The caller.
Jesus
Do you know how freaking cold it is right now in Illinois?
It's freezing.
And nobody gives a damn about this.
Almost as cold as it is in Wyoming.
And they just left the little boy. I mean, I get it.
Okay, so Libertyville, 92.22% white, 4.99% Asian, 1.29% mixed race, and 0.77% black.
And this is 10,000% sun.
So they don't have any
I'd
sons
bet
out
my
there.
life on it. Without a second thought.
Oh, the BMW with the missing rear quarter panel. Oh yeah.
Drive away, leaving the little boy, who started wandering towards the street. The caller ran to rescue the child. Just before 5 p.m., sheriff's deputies found the stolen Volkswagen Atlas abandoned in a parking lot near Casimir Pulaski and Route 43. They are still looking for the offender's white 2000s model BMW sedan. It has a black bumper and was stolen within the past week from a car dealership in Waukegan. The suspect police are looking for is described as a tall, thin man who was
So
last seen
they
wearing
didn't even
a
mention. They did not even mention that they, while they were escaping, ran the woman over, destroying her pelvis. So she's in the hospital having emergency surgery to try and save the 6-month baby. Right. That apparently wasn't news worth mentioning, I guess.
Shit.
Can you kick King Donut out the chat? Cause he's being very disrespectful.
We got mods, man. Where's the Scorpion unit, man? Kick King Donut out of there, man.
King Donut.
Who's King Donut? I haven't. I'm not. That's why I got mods for, man. I gotta deal with this up here, man. I can't be dealing with King Donut. Yeah, man. Come on, King Donut, man. What you doing, man? I don't even fucking know you, man. Yeah. Scorpion Squad, y'all have my fucking blessing to go ahead and knock King Donut, kick him to the curb.
It's a white 2000s model BMW sedan. It has a black bumper and was stolen within the past week from a car dealership in Waukegan. The suspect police are looking for is described as a tall, thin man who was last seen wearing a gray hoodie and a light green COVID-style mask.
A tall, thin man. Anything else about this man you want to tell us about?
Right?
I mean, I want to help, man. If I'm ever in Waukegan, man, if I see him, I want to help you guys out.
He's leaving out some important
The suspect police are looking for is described as a tall, thin man who was last seen wearing a gray hoodie and a light green COVID-style mask. If you have any information about this crime, you are asked to call the Lake County Sheriff's Department. That number is 847-377-4000. Live at Advocate Condell Medical Center in Libertyville tonight. Dana Rebick, WGN News.
All right. Dana, thank you.
Yeah, man, this is yikes, man. Yikes. That's terrifying.
I can't
man.
believe they just dropped that kid in the parking lot in like 0 degree
I
weather.
can. I believe it easily.
Think about the trauma that woman's going through mentally. She goes from unloading her car to her 2-year-old's wandering near the street somewhere in some city she doesn't know, and her 6-month-old.
Her pelvis is broken after being run over. She's
takes a
barely
lot to
clinging
break a
to
pelvis.
life.
Yeah, it takes
emergency
a lot to break a pelvis.
C-section, and her baby's in the NICU, and she's trying to survive.
There you go. This is a fucking atrocity.
Yeah, they ruined her life. They
So-
ruined her life.
Like for me,
You ain't got nothing to say about her baby here, Brown Sugar. You always talking about that.
look,
Like,
no,
I'm a
look,
little
look,
surprised.
look, I don't start this shit with me because I'm not in the mood right now.
Oh
Don't
yeah,
start
I'm
this shit
sure.
with me right now. Okay, I'm just not in the mood right now. What you got to say about the baby?
That this is a fucking atrocity.
Okay,
and
well
it's all too
then
common.
I'm on the same page with you. Okay.
All right. Well, I'm glad.
All right then. Don't start that shit with me tonight. I don't got time.
Yeah, man. I mean, that woman is going through it. I mean, she went from just everything normal in her life to not knowing the status of both of her kids.
Damn.
God, dog. Wow.
Good morning. The
Well,
woman
not
who
knowing
was
her own
34
status
years
either.
old suffered
She may
serious
have to have a
injuries, but she
hysterectomy.
is stable here at Condell
I guess
Medical
her concern is
Center.
for her kids right now.
Hold on. Did they say she needed what?
Good morning. The woman who is 34 years old suffered serious injuries, but she is stable here at Condell Medical Center. She's also 6 months pregnant. Her son is okay. He was found abandoned in a Waukegan parking lot. The carjacking and kidnapping happened at about 3:30 Thursday afternoon in unincorporated Libertyville.
Okay, so she's all right. I mean, she's decent. I mean, all things. I'm sure she's drugged up, but they can't drug her up because she got the baby inside of her.
Johnny, did you read that somewhere? The emergency C-section?
Well, if you were, I would say it's probable. You know,
Oh,
if
all
her
right. I
pelvis
thought
is
you read.
crushed.
The last I had heard is that like her pelvis was broken. She's in the hospital, and I would figure that that'd be pretty dangerous for the baby.
Yeah, that's not a good environment, man.
People
God.
said I don't have nothing to say because it's a white baby. I mean, what you want me to say?
Damn.
I mean, I don't want to say shit. Okay,
It is fucking sick.
you are. It's sad. But my thing is, as a woman, when you're driving and if you see a vehicle following you for so long, I would never pull it in my driveway. I will call the police.
Well,
And
she doesn't live with a mentality like she's in a goddamn war zone because she
it
doesn't
don't
live
have
around
to
That's
be.
sun
reality.
people.
Okay, I don't
That's
live.
reality.
That's not no. As a woman, if you see a car following you, a strange vehicle following you, after a while, maybe you should want to call the police and say, "Hey, it's a car that's been following me for
Yeah.
a while."
That's
That's
true,
just
though.
me.
Actually, if it's especially if
That's
it's
how
filled
I
with
would
mass
do.
sunmen.
That's
I
how I
just
would
go
do
on Google
things.
Maps and find the
Just
nearest police
anybody.
station and make them follow me there.
Just anybody. Anything anyone's tailing you for a certain distance. Yeah, you should be suspicious.
Well, did it indicate that she knew? Because a lot of people, she's got a kid crying in the back. She's got another 2-year-old.
They just
She
came
got
from the
this.
pet store. I don't think maybe she was paying
Yeah,
attention
she
too
might not.
hard, which,
Yeah, she.
maybe did she deserve it for that? I
No,
certainly
No
don't
one's
think so.
saying
no
that,
one's
so
saying that.
don't even say that shit.
No
Cause
one's saying she
nobody even
deserves that.
said that she deserved it.
Yeah, fair
Yeah,
enough.
Nobody
no,
is saying it, so don't even bring that up.
no. I think that you gotta, like I say, man, you have to be aware now. There's a new. We're all living in a new reality. Like we said with the Juice Crew guy last night, you can't sit in your car anymore. Like you just can't. There's certain things you can't do. One of those things is when you're leaving the store, you cannot not notice the cars that are behind you, especially when
Libertyville is halfway to Milwaukee. It's almost at the border of that. It's well outside Chicago.
so she's riding through windy roads, one lane roads, and she should have she might have she probably could have noticed. But see, when you're riding out into the suburbs, it's nothing to see a car behind you for a long time because that might be a car that's driving to the suburbs too. I don't know, but she's yeah, I mean it's a new reality,
Yeah,
man.
well, except for the 1% of like glider serial killers that might be doing this, it's 99% sun people murking gliders that you have
Okay,
to
and
worry
she
about
didn't see that
following you.
black ass in her rearview mirror following her.
Well, right. It would have been a much better indicator to know that a bunch of sun men were following her than a random car was following her. I'll tell you that much.
Well, how can you tell? I mean, how can you
But
tell? How can you
90%
tell
of
what they look
those
like?
have tinted windows so
Yeah.
that you can't even see inside there.
Right.
Used to be 10 years ago, you could see the driver through the windshield, but nowadays you can barely ever see that.
But if they stole if they stole the car, a lot of these cars are stolen, so
Yeah.
they got tints on the back windows, the back, but not necessarily on the front
You
windows.
could be followed by extraterrestrials. It'd be less dangerous than being followed by sun men.
Okay, we get it.
A plea for
Still,
justice tonight in the unsolved murder of a South suburban businessman and father.
Tavares Davis ran the funnel cake man with his wife in Orland Park in
They
Maryland.
killed the funnel cake man.
You did this story already.
I did when?
A while
This is an
ago.
update. No, this is an update on it.
A plea
I
for
know. I'm just saying you
justice
did
About
this
8 months
story.
ago.
murder of a South suburban businessman and father.
Tavares Davis ran the funnel cake man with his wife in Orland Park in Maryville, Indiana. He was shot and killed last August in Dalton. His family said he was found with no valuables on him, no car keys, no wallet or jewelry. 6 months later, they're now offering a $5,000 reward for information that leads to an arrest and charges in his murder. His widow tells WGN it has been a struggle to run the business and raise their children without him.
It's been a nightmare, to say the least. The murder of my husband should not go unpunished. Those who are responsible should be held accountable. And you will be held accountable.
Davis says there are solid leads in the case, but Dalton detectives need more information. Crime Stoppers is offering an additional $1,000 for any tip that leads to the suspect or suspects.
Yeah, they killed the fucking funnel cake, man. Shit. Let's do one more city, man, before we get out of here, man.
He had a chain on it. I guarantee you that shit
Yeah.
meant funnel cake. It said TFCM or something.
The funnel cake, man.
Yeah.
TFCM. Wow, man. Oh,
Hey, Ak, I have a question for you.
go ahead, man.
So, do you think that if they raised the amount of those rewards, more people would?
No.
I hate to use no.
Hell no.
Oh, okay, I'm just asking.
No, there's no solutions. You're talking about solutions. There are no solutions.
You'd have to give lottery money to get reports.
Well,
And you
that
still not gonna find a killer.
no, I get it. I was just asking. I've got a whole different way to a solution, but it's not a pretty one. But that's what we're hoping to never get to, right?
No, I think we're ready for that.
Well, I mean, my serious thought is, and it's ugly one, but it's going to have to be a red state with a big blue city with a lot of crime, and it's going to take the state to step in with the National Guard. And yeah, I know it's really ugly, but this is what I was referring to the other day was it's going to need a little bit of invitation from the Sun community. And I don't think it'll take a high percentage, but at least a few people. And like you guys, I think you guys are stars and you think you're the only ones. I think there's a lot of Sun people who feel exactly the way you do, but are terrified to go in public. And and you guys get me so excited because I didn't know there was any sentiment in the Sun community that felt this way until this channel. I mean, a little bit here and there. You got the Candace Owens, and I think she's awesome, but you guys are flat out telling it like it is.
I'm a mammy. That's what the chat said. I'm a mammy, and that I K for some men.
I don't mean to give the wrong impression either. I'm usually a brown mammy supporter. Okay.
So that's what I am.
No, brown sugar. You've got some different opinions than a lot of us, but your opinion is super valuable too because in the end, at the end of the day, we all want to see the same thing, which is a lot less people dying. And I think the reason that it's gone on for decades, my personal opinion, is because the people that are in charge are the racist Democrats, and they just don't care. And to be honest, if I'm being really honest, if thugs are killing other thugs, I really don't care. My problem is there's zero excuse for any collateral damage. Not one freaking baby, not one elderly, not one person, period. And that's the problem, is that those collateral deaths are never going to stop. And like I said, I think the only solution is pick one city. We've got a whole slew of problem cities, but start with one and watch the difference in crime rate. Again, my opinion, if we can show a massive reduction in crime, specifically murder, we might be onto something.
The 94 crime bill was paid for by the black community.
Yeah,
Right.
I agree. Yep. I'm sorry, Ak, go ahead.
Let me just show you. You said you want a rewards, right? Okay, let's see what that looks like. More rewards.
Want a what?
Good morning to you, John. Yes, we all know it. Authorities have talked about the hesitancy of people to come forward, the refusal even for them to assist with helping in giving tips and solving crime. So far, 210 murders in the city of St. Louis. 155 of those cases are still open. That's more than 70% of those murders unsolved. So the Justice for St. Louis Families Fund is going to set aside money to go towards rewards for tips that lead to the arrest and capture of anyone who has committed a murder in the city and for anyone who has murdered a child under the age of 17. Now, that fund would offer $10,000 for tips for murders, $15,000 for child murder cases in particular. A total of $2 million would go out of the city's emergency reserves account fund and then go into the Justice for St. Louis Families Fund. Board of Aldermen President Lewis Reed says this will be another tool in their toolbox to fight crime. They know there are people out there who have information, and the goal is to get justice for grieving families and break the cycle of violence in St. Louis. With a large shortage of police officers on the city streets, the homicide numbers topping the totals for the past 4 years, board members hoping that these rewards give people incentive to break the code of silence. Now that bill needs 2 more votes before heading to the mayor's desk, and they are expecting to have a final vote by November 6th. Reporting live from downtown St. Louis, I'm Blair Leday.
New tonight, the Board of Aldermen move forward on a new plan that they hope.
Hey, I got an idea. Let's give them $15,000 for tips, right? And then everybody that gave tips that year that got the $15,000, they also get a drawing. They get a ticket for $1 million drawing at the end of the year.
Hey, man, still no solutions, man.
New tonight, the Board of Aldermen move forward on a new plan that they hope will reduce crime in St. Louis City.
It's the creation of a
You got to mute your mic. You beating the shit out your mic, man.
$2 million fund for tips on murder. But the price tag has some top officials, including the mayor, questioning the idea. Elliot Davis has tonight's You Paid For It.
It's been an especially violent year in St. Louis City. 212 murders this year compared to 163 a year ago, a 30% increase. This week, the Board of Aldermen advanced a bill introduced by Board President Lewis Reed to set up a $2 million reward fund administered by Crime Stoppers. Tipsters would get $10,000 for an arrest and capture in a murder, $15,000 for a child murder victim under 17 years old. The money would come from the St. Louis City Emergency Reserve Fund. Reed and supporters believe it's a way to get people to come forward with information to solve murders. Joe Vaccaro is chairman of the Public Safety Committee that okayed the measure.
Is this the best use of $2 million, Joe?
It is if it's used.
But a lot of people, Joe, aren't even coming forward because they're fearful.
That's why I don't know that this is even going to help. But it's there. It's a tool in the toolbox. But there's no guarantee this is going to help.
Lewis Reed's effort has skeptics like Alderwoman Kara Spencer, a candidate for mayor.
To encumber $2 million of our city's reserve fund when we know we're going to have other needs. There's no excuse for the irresponsible way in which we just came up with a $2 million figure out of clear air.
Even if the measure gets through the Board of Aldermen, it will still need the okay from the city's chief fiscal body, the Board of Estimate and Apportionment. The mayor, Board President Lewis Reed, and Comptroller Darlene Green are on that board. Reed says $400,000 of the money will be used for a promotional campaign to tell people about the money. Reed's rewards idea got support in principle, but did run into some headwinds from both the mayor and comptroller.
What's before us is taking $2 million out of the reserves and putting it in this fund.
So this was 2 years ago, and nothing has changed in this city. 2 years ago, nothing's changed. Nothing works. They tried it.
The problem was that they want to spend $400,000 on a promotional campaign. What they just need to do is host some parties and rap about it.
City leaders have an urgent plea. They need to know who has been killing kids in St. Louis. Good evening, everyone. I'm Sarah Maki.
Oh, somebody's.
I can tell you who's not.
Yo, it's rough out here, man.
City leaders have an urgent plea. They need to know who has been killing kids in St. Louis. Good evening, everyone. I'm Sarah Maki.
And I'm Jacob Long. In order to get this information, there is now a massive new reward, $25,000. It could be yours if you can help close each of these horrific cases. Live on your side's Eric Feldman. He is live tonight at police headquarters. And Eric, this reward, though, it has an expiration date.
Yeah, that's right, Jacob. About a week. September 1st is the deadline, and the mayor says that's because she wants these crimes solved quickly.
Time after time, scene after scene. It may look the same, but it can't be that way. Children shot and killed in St. Louis.
Okay, so Doug, was that you, Doug Chunks, asking about this?
It was, and that's why I was wondering if it was just simply a monetary thing. Same argument as, hey, would any of us want to be cleaning out septic tanks for?
Let me just stop you right quick.
Yeah, sorry.
There are kids being murdered left and right in this city, and they're offering $25,000 rewards for for tips, and no one's coming forward, man. I think you're a different person, right? You're a glider, right?
I am, but my question was, would it be the difference of $5,000 versus $50,000 or $100,000? There's got to be a number. I thought, I didn't know. Like I said, cleaning out septic tanks.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Listen.
Yeah.
Forget about the septic tanks. They're little kids, right, being murdered in the street. They're not like being murdered like by a serial killer. They're just
it's horrible.
playing, and somebody's coming through shooting at the ops, and they accidentally get hit. Or somebody shoots up a house and they get hit. So these kids are just being killed by random things, gunfire, and no one's giving any information for $25,000. They can't get anybody to come forward with any tips. That's a different group of people than you. You can't fathom that.
No, you're right. That's why I was asking.
Your mentality about trying to figure out solutions. You should just maybe like invest in some stock portfolios. Try to find a wife. Under no circumstances should you spend another second trying to figure this out, because you have a different type of brain, man.
But here's the thing, Og. I'm 10 years older than you. I'm glad I'm too new to the channel to be on the geriatric poll, but I've had a business for over 30 years here in Anchorage. And one of the many things that draws me to your channel is I was so oblivious to the problem that is the primary focus of your channel. And I had one of my business locations, 2 employees held up at gunpoint. And at that time, this is back in the late 90s. Late 90s. And at the time, it never occurred to me, what color were they? It was just pieces of shit robbed my employees. To this day, I don't know, because I never asked, because at the time I was way more naive to this being.
Wrap it up, man. What are you saying? Get to it, man. What are you saying?
You mean as far as that? I'm just saying that Anchorage is on the cusp of flipping to turning into another Portland or Seattle shithole, and so I'm desperate to figure out what the or I'm out. I've got a successful business.
Anchorage, Alaska.
Yes.
There's no solution. You didn't
have the board shut down all payments to underprivileged individuals and watch them flee to places where they can live free.
But they pay some people to move to Alaska. We did the story a couple weeks ago.
Not only that, more than half the people in Alaska are given some kind of free money by the government, and I'm not even talking about that permanent fund dividend that you're referring to. This state gives more money away to more than half the population in some form or another. It's horrific.
Yeah, so you're done. It's just it's over. There's nothing that can be done about that. You should just move.
Who does this? Who shoots in the direction of a 3-year-old? Who shoots in the direction of a 7-year-old or an 8-year-old or a 10-year-old?
That kid looks like a walking kaleidoscope.
We ain't finna talk about no dead babies, man.
Yeah, you gotta mute yourself, Doug. Like you just like banging against your fucking mic for like last 20 minutes, man. Please, man. But
those of you that care in the Black community that would care enough to talk are scared to talk, because most of the people, even if they get charged, will be back in the community the next day or two.
Yeah, you have that, but you also have this, and I hate to say this, but we're different, man. We have different sensibilities. We look at this differently with different eyes. It's like you got 2 detectives looking at the same crime scene. They both looking at it differently. A sun person is not as empathetic and as compassionate about these people who they don't know. It has to happen to for a sun person. It has to happen directly to them.
You may
For
have to
them,
go back to the book for one,
Yeah,
maybe
but
once a month to remind them about that
there's
Sun
there's
Men
also a
from
lot of
Sun Men Land.
pressure in the
oh
Sun
yeah,
community to conform or be ostracized. You
But,
know?
but like he said, if we give up who did it, they're going to be back on the streets the next day. And for a lot of people, that's the come off is very scary to them because you okay,
person who
they
killed
know,
a child in broad daylight.
like they know you seen them commit the crime, and all of a sudden they get in trouble for it, and then they get out, they're gonna come back and get you for that.
Yeah, and it's not somebody who's just like jaywalked. It's somebody who just shot a 3-year-old in broad daylight.
And
So
then they're
that
gonna
same
shoot your
person,
whole house up.
yeah, that same person is now on the streets after they've done that, and they're a sun person. So they have a different that's spoken to them in a different way. The fact that they're not thinking, "Woo, dodge that bullet." They're thinking like, "Oh, kill more." They're thinking kill more. They're thinking, "Oh, killing is not wrong. There's no punishment for killing." Some people need firm and consistent rules. That's why every sun country in the world is a dictatorship or de facto dictatorship, brutal dictatorship, because the sun leaders know they have to be brutal to control some people. So it's like now you come into a country where you shoot a 3-year-old in broad daylight, you get arrested for it, and you're home the next day. You're sitting in your living room, you're sitting in your car the next day
Would
after
require
being arrested. Your
And
brain
the
is not.
person who that told on that person, everybody know you told on that person. So now his friends and family is now they out to get you.
Yeah, you need firm and consistent, and that's not firm and
Well,
consistent.
I mean, most countries were effectively dictatorships in at least the last 500 years. They haven't been. But for most of human history, they've been dictatorships everywhere, effectively.
Right, right. No, what I'm saying though is since they've changed from that, or one group has struggled,
Oh,
might have.
not just them. Chinese until maybe like 40 years ago, they were bad too. Japanese until we bombed them.
Well, those groups had that was more of opiate crisis, but
The groups that have embraced free markets and capitalism are the ones that have grown out of it. The ones that
yeah,
haven't. Russia
yeah,
was that way forever.
yeah. But I mean,
White
it's
as
just
hell in Russia.
yeah. But I got you. But it's just I think you got to understand like what you think would work. It's kind of like when we were in Mobile. The white kids are throwing toilet paper at people's houses. You know what I'm saying? And the black kids are throwing bullets at people in Walmart. It's
Yeah.
just a different. Your solution would never fucking work in Blackistan.
Hey, you think those kids will still throw toilet paper after that truck got shot up?
Next year, those kids on homecoming, they'll be throwing toilet paper. They won't go back to that guy's house.
That's what I'm saying. It actually would take that level. It would take that level of enforcement, but for some people, it would take something to that degree for it to sink in. Like, hey, we're not putting up with this shit anymore.
Right,
That
but
ain't gonna work.
yeah,
could
but
work.
does it look like that? That's where we're trending
Well,
as a country.
not that
It could
I
work.
agree with it, but back in the day when they would kill people, they would lynch them outside of jail. It worked. I don't agree with any of that shit, but it worked.
How did it work? We killed more than ever before.
Back in the day, I mean, no.
That was killing back then too.
There were tons of killings back then. I just don't think there were cities full of people doing this shit back then. I mean,
Well, here's the thing. Those
You have to think.
lynchings stop people from going into white communities and raping white women.
You have to think. Back then, you could buy fully automatic weapons in the 20s.
Those are good days.
You know, you could go to a Sears and get a Tommy gun.
Those are good
They
days.
do background check.
Those are good days.
And the people weren't shooting the shit out of each other like they are today.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a fundamental difference. I hope I answered your question about how the reward system wouldn't work. It's just not. It just doesn't work. It's a different group of people. It takes a different. Like your solution's not going to work. Let me get out of here, man. Peace out, man. Salute to everybody. Peace out.
Night out.
Peace out. Hey, Mayo, stick around.